Cool. I was actually hoping I could just catch you barely before you changed the PNG, but you were a little faster than me. So, you got
Hell yeah.
lucky this time, kid. Also, we're both wearing Camp
That
Jupiter
is my
shirts
name.
today.
It would seem so.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you hadn't made uh, what was it, Hotel Valhalla.
Oh. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, I didn't. I guess they don't. Do they have a t-shirt design? Do they have a t-shirt design?
I don't know the design itself, but I know it's green and says Hotel
Let
Valhalla.
me see. Hotel Valhalla t-shirt. If it does exist, then it does exist. Okay, then
Yeah, it
yeah,
does.
then
It's literally described.
I forgot. I forgot. this book review is coming off to a great start, huh? It's going off to.
Yes. Can you tell one of us finished reading like 1 hour before this stream?
My thing is, it's not me. That's the funny thing. I feel like they
Yeah,
actually
I know,
can't
that's the
tell.
funny thing.
It's not me. I read this
That was a part of the
yesterday. I
joke.
paced myself. Um,
I, in theory, would have paced myself, but then Wednesday was kind of,
you want to tell them? You should tell them.
alright, I'll tell
Yeah,
them
it's good
all of them
content.
in, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah. All right. So Wednesday, I was basically hit and locked with Conversation and Lily. Tuesday, I was hit with an internet outage, so I couldn't exactly access my notes, and I didn't feel like writing it out on my phone. And then last Tuesday, I was hit by a car.
No, no. To be clear, you were driving a vehicle as well. Was not a
Yes,
pedestrian situation. So no, he's not near death, folks. I'm not forcing him to do this stream from the hospital. It was a
it would
collision.
be kind of funny though.
It would be really really funny. Like they had your little computer parts on fucking life support. You were like just ahead, like at the end of Hasbin Hotel with Vox. Imagine that. Um,
Oh, I thought you were about to bring up that what was it, Baki meme?
yeah, the same thing. Same thing.
Same vibe.
Hmm. No, and I said I just rolled up here about 15 minutes late. My bad. But in all fairness, I was doing a very wonderful bong rotation downtown. In all fairness, I have a perfect excuse. Teacher, I was getting high. Um perfect honestly for this
In
part.
hindsight, yeah. In hindsight, if I did like slightly lock in more, aka read like one extra chapter on a previous day, I would have had enough time to make an over easy egg for my reheated burger.
Uh um
It was a reheated burger, it was kind of mid.
hmm. Okay, but yeah, so Luck got into a car accident last week, so we had to postpone this a whole
So,
week. I am dumb, so I forgot to schedule the stream in the morning. So here we are, kind of by surprise. If anyone watches this thing, it'll be a fucking miracle. But we read Magnus Chase, the Hammer of Thor. Magnus Chase and the Hammer of Thor. Magnus Chase and the God of Asgard's the Hammer of Thor. Whichever one you prefer, I guess. But we read it. It was good.
yeah.
The book cover I have
Lily,
on the screen here has a looks like I believe it has it's received an LGBT award. This one that's received an
I
award.
lost my
I don't
book
remember the specific
a
one. I'll have to
second
double
ago.
check.
Lily, I
What?
lost my book.
You lost your book?
I was holding it a second ago.
Oh. Let me see.
I found my book.
Trying to look up what
Yay.
the award was. Okay, it got a Stonewall Book Award, which hence the little silver sticker with the pink sticker on top of it. Pink, of course, it's important color to us queers. Um, and having read the book, it does actually deserve it. It's no J.K. Rowling breaking her own hand, patting herself on the back about gay Dumbledore. Kind of. There are actually visible trans and queer characters who, wouldn't you know, actually get into relationships. And well, kind of. They're
Hold on.
pining.
I
They're
should also
pining.
bring up something else that I've heard
Mm-hmm.
talked about in the queer circles
Mm-hmm.
of some, not some, oftentimes you have a queer character and then they just get with some rando, like not even
I
one of the
told you that.
main
Don't,
cast.
no, no, no. I'm the one that told you about this. I remember.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I explained that. Yeah, sometimes you have a queer character. It's like either they'll be in the background or they'll just date some rando, and it's kind of used as a like, we can have queerness in our shows, but maybe not at the forefront, not a main couple. That'd be icky, right? Like,
Oh, Voltron.
Yes, Voltron. Also, I can think of like 5 others off the top of my head that
Oh
have
no,
this
no,
in
I
some
was saying I
to some
remembered the
extent.
context of our conversation.
But it did specifically come in the context of Voltron, and also Tim Drake, Batman. He should have dated Khan. He should have dated Connor. He should have. Who gives a fuck about Bernard? Who?
Sure, I'm sure Bernard is a nice.
You're cutting
Or
out
you
really.
came out of left
You're
field.
cutting out. You're cutting in and out real bad.
Oh, okay, I just said,
Mm,
who the fuck are you? You came out of left field.
mm-hmm. Gotcha. But here we have a trans character who immediately becomes the most important character aside from the actual main character. And them and the main character get together. Well, I shouldn't say them.
They
Alex does
do?
not use they them pronouns, but she and the main character get together. It's great.
Wait, was that official in the book? Did I gloss over that?
Not it's not yet. It's not yet. Magnus clearly
Okay,
has a
okay, okay.
massive fucking crush on her.
Oh, absolutely.
Clearly has a massive
Ooh,
crush on her,
I
and also clearly a disaster bisexual, and that he calls Loki
we love him for it.
attractive. He calls Loki.
Mm.
He said he believes Loki to be very attractive in the previous book.
Like aggressively so. So
Yeah,
the
yeah. It's
fact
not
that
like subtle.
immediately, yeah. So the fact he immediately says like,
Mm,
Alex reminds me. Oh yeah, a character's name is Alex.
mm.
Alex reminds me
I already
so
said.
much of
Mm,
Loki in terms of face features. Is like,
mm.
so he's into it.
Yeah. So Alex Fierro is I don't know if they're the like first thing you know about when coming into this book series, coming into this fandom, but like
Every 6 months you need to change your gender fluid.
she's pretty high up on in the list of like what things you learn about when diving into the Riordan verse. Relatively
Mm.
high on the list. Um, just because it was kind of one of those characters that like I think just like fascinates people for a couple reasons, right? Like she's one of those characters where in the wrong context, if it reached the wrong audience, people would view her as like cringe lib shit. But instead, she has been embraced by her fandom, is very well beloved, and is honestly also surprisingly well written. Like she's a person for like first and foremost. Yes, being gender fluid is like really important to her identity, but that's not like
The main.
it's not the main thing. Um but yeah, Riordan honestly does a really good job with writing Alex. Riordan deserves, oh my god, maybe more credit than he even gets, and he already gets quite a lot over how well he actually handles his queer characters on average. Um,
Yeah. Again, he's earned
mm,
my goodwill back from
yeah,
Leo.
yeah. This
Fucking love him.
fucking Leo could be good. Leo's a great character, but oh boy, the things that they make him say sometimes. Who boy,
He's getting on thin ice there. Don't
fucking
worry,
nice.
Rick.
Thin
You
fucking nice.
brought me back in, okay?
Yeah. But like the fact that this got a Stonewall award kind of amazes me for one. But even just putting that aside, I know that especially in the context of J.K. Rowling coming out to be a horrible fucking person, people have more and more looked to Riordan as the example of what she could be, basically, of what she would be if she wasn't a liar pants on fire. Who pretends to be, progressive when she hates
When
trans
it suits
people
her.
and women's rights.
Hmm.
But
What was
yeah.
the one phrase? Waving the white flag. Nah, it doesn't even apply here, even
Mm.
if I got it right.
But yeah. Now of course Riordan, we will check him from time to time, but I will say nothing's off with the sniffer here with how Alex is handled, at least from my perspective.
I
Um
do have one remark to say about Alex. This is like I think the third time it happened. I'm like, oh, I think I know your pattern, Riordan,
mhm,
in terms of like, ah, yes, we have love interest jokingly insulting protagonists by calling them slow or dumb.
mhm,
This seems to be a running trend, Riordan.
mhm.
Not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just like, okay, yeah, this
Alex
is your
and
shorthand for
Magnus,
these two will get together.
Alex and Magnus, yeah, have a lot in common with Annabeth and Percy, as far as
They
like,
kind of do.
yeah, with maybe Alex having a little bit more edge to her, bit of
Yeah,
that Clarice in her.
yeah.
Um, so
Yeah,
it's
she
yeah,
definitely is the type to say like, Magnus, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, bro."
and she'll do it. Is the thing she does in fact kill him at one point? It's okay, they're already dead.
Consensually.
They're already dead. It's okay, but she cuts his head off, and
Exactly.
he's like hot. He was into it a bit. He
Listen,
was into it a bit.
you ever say I want someone who could just kill me? Well,
Magnus
there
is
you go.
no coward. That's not theoretical. That is literal. That is absolutely literal. So first I'm going to break down the Alex pronoun situation, just in case that, and like also just what Alex's deal is generally, how the book presents it, before we go further, for the sake of explaining the pronoun usage on our end, I guess. Sorry, I'm too high for this. You're gonna just have to excuse my stumbles. I will get to the point eventually, I promise. Okay, so Alex is gender fluid. She's a daughter of Loki, introduced a certain way through the book. We'll explain that. We'll go backwards and explain the introduction later. Um, Now, slight cop out here. She is a shapeshifter. Is I don't know if it's stated because the book refuses to actually go into like detail about how this looks, right? I think Riordan wisely decides to not describe the secondary sexual characteristics of a teenage girl. Pretty wisely decides against that. So instead it's left mostly to your imagination, but Magnus basically describes Alex um as looking one gender or another, depending on, you know, how she or he is feeling at the time. Switches happen every so often. They're usually not announced very loudly, except Magnus might pick up on it. And the fact that
Mm,
Magnus is able to pick up on it actually is described as being unusual, I guess. At one point she like is impressed when she realizes that, or when he realizes that Magnus can clock the change. And then again back to
yeah.
she.
A bit of a funny part was just like I was using dude non-genderly, like dude, everyone's dude.
No, no, no. That was an excuse. That was an excuse.
Wasn't that his internal monologue?
Yeah, yeah, but it was an excuse.
I mean, considering literally like 2 sentences after that, it was just like, "You're female now, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was an excuse. It was an excuse. Absolutely, absolutely. Magnus was
yeah.
lying there. He knew. He knew. He knew instinctually. And Alex was impressed by it. Um Now Alex spends most of her time going by she her pronouns. Um Even says explicitly that more often than not they feel like a girl, sometimes they feel more like a boy, sometimes it's more complicated. Um
Hmm.
She does not use they them pronouns. All the wikis avoid giving Alex she her pronouns. Um but yeah, every gender fluid person, like almost every gender fluid person, has maybe a slightly different view
Preferred.
or opinion about their pronouns.
Ah,
No, that's maybe exaggerating it, but there are a lot of different views under the sun as far as like how to use the pronouns. This is Alex's way. We're going to stick with that, which means we're going to be using a lot of she her as per the chapter, and maybe a little bit of he him. And unless the book addresses the change, we will not stop to do so too often.
mhm.
That took like 5 minutes. It's okay.
Basically. All right, here. Let me sum it all up again. Alex is Alex. Sometimes male, sometimes female.
Yeah.
We chill.
We chill
There
with
we
that.
are.
We fuck with it. The book won an award for it, and we kind of understand why. And we want to continue to celebrate Riordan, despite the fact that, we should definitely check him from time to time. I like that we can at least check him from time to time, like especially with the
Yeah,
race shit. But
like he still is him.
mm,
He grew up in a very particular time with
mm-hmm.
uh okay, I don't know this. He is white, right?
He is white.
Vibe wise.
He is
All right,
white.
just
Have you
double
seen a
check.
picture of him?
No.
You have not?
No.
Uh, Have you? Not even like on the inside cover. Your what you use you read paperbacks, don't you? Damn it.
Give me a sec.
Because I feel like the way
Okay,
you
this
said that,
is
the
oh no,
way
that's
you said that
Jill
was funny.
Washington.
The way you said that was like I think he's white, and I'm like, he's the whitest looking man I've come across, maybe.
I'm just going to pretend this pic. Okay, that's probably photographer credit. Now that's probably him,
Okay,
because that does.
cat,
Yeah, that looks like a white man.
let go of me. Thank you. Yeah, that's a white man. It's a white
Yeah.
man.
Basically, looping back to what I was saying, older white man grew up as a product of his time, so him being more forward as a person definitely is a great character aspect.
Sorry, little thing. Cat was bugging my feet, just attacking my feet. So I just like grab her little
Ah.
paws, pull her a little bit along the carpet, and then she runs. Just like, ooh, we're going on a little trip, and she's like, no. Okay,
Ah,
okay. So
kitty.
well, speaking of which, first check I'm gonna do with him is that so I like this book. I didn't love it. I liked it. I didn't love it. Um,
Fair's asking more or less same.
like a lot of his, I think a lot of his second entries honestly have this problem where it's like the first entry so cool, so many cool ideas, your brain just lights up with all the cool things that this premise could possibly um like create, you know, all the things that like might come from a premise such as God's IRL, or you know, now we're but now
Mm.
we're dead, Electric Boogaloo, whatever, right? Like think of all the possibilities. And then you get to book 2 and you realize he's not interested in most of those possibilities.
He did kind of play the story straight again.
Yeah, yeah, including, much to my chagrin, making Loki a pretty basic bitch antagonist, despite the fact that there's the implications of there being a lot more to him. You know, I thought
Mhm.
the first book was laying down
I
a lot of subtext about like storytelling and like and about good guys and bad guys and the roles we have to play, and then Loki's just the bad guy, and it's like, oh,
I
okay.
forgot exactly what I told you, but I do remember saying, "Don't hold your breath."
Yeah, and I knew I was just like huffing copium. I knew that. I said that. But I was still disappointed.
Mhm.
I was still a little disappointed to find that like that we're still not doing anything interesting with Loki. We're not doing much interesting with any of the characters really, except for Hearth. Hearth gets a good couple chapters in
Hearth,
this.
oh poor Hearth,
Hearth
oh
gets a
my
good couple
baby.
chapters in this, and you feel really fucking bad for him. Like, holy shit. Um like we'll get there. We'll get there. But
We
yeah.
get there when we get there.
Um I don't know. There wasn't much here aside from Magnus maybe having a crush and being only semi in denial about it. He's better than Percy in that regard. Um, he doesn't have too much of an arc in this one. It's very much Sam and Alex's arcs. Magnus is just kind of here to spectate. Yes.
Yeah,
Where like you know the again the last book was very thoroughly Magnus's story, all about his mother and his struggles, his backstory. He's going to the sidelines a bit here.
he's
um
definitely helping to support some of the other
yeah.
cast members with their problems.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you do want to squint at it, you could also say the first book's his development.
The first book, what his development?
Blitz got some development.
Blitz, yeah, first book Blitz got a bit. This time it's thoroughly Hearth's turn. We're just
Mhm.
moving on to the other half of half of the cast, but arguably no, actually definitely Sam got about as much development
Oh yeah,
there as she did here. She was the odd one out, and in that positive way. Um, though I will actually give the book a bit of a plus in that they've started to push back some of the uncomfy elements with her. Some of the she's very, you know, like the thing with Leo or Carter or whoever else. Very sympathetic portrayal, clearly, very much from someone who like believes that, you know, Muslims are like people, you know?
yeah.
Um good, bare minimum achieved. But sometimes the specifics were a little lacking. It's like, you know, came from a good place, even recognized some of the specific racism that they face, but also like um a lot of people were very critical about how her hijab is utilized in the book, especially relative to how like actually devout she seems, which is very. And of course, see that review if you want to talk about that. That's not really happening in this book, so we're not gonna harp on that too much.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, with all that said, I don't know. Let's discuss. Last book we found out that Thor's hammer was missing. This book they're like, shit, gotta go find the hammer of
This book,
Thor.
we find out Thor's hammer is missing.
Yep. Okay. Let's pull up our notes here. This is gonna be our handy dandy notes, our handy dandy guide. I've been going 20 minutes just generally talking. It's spoiler time, baby. Spoiler time, baby.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Time for the
Why did I
breakdown.
write this?
What? What'd you write?
They're quite brazen about magic in public because people just don't process it, so why hide?
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to remember what the context for that was.
I believe Annabeth and Magnus are like having a conversation, right? Or like the conversation just happened. Or
Oh, I think I
wait.
see the context.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Riordan, you're already getting put on thin ice.
My thing is
I don't know, just
the crossover like promises to be worse at the end.
I feel like I've already said my piece about how I kind of wanted it to be like its own separate sphere.
Nah, nah. And I'm gonna spoil this immediately. Like end of the book, they're like, we gotta take a ship to go to the next place, huh? I better ask Annabeth since she went on a ship, right? And Annabeth's like, oh wow, we sure are having troubles in the trials of Apollo, the hidden oracle.
Yeah. What's
In
that? You
stories
need a
now.
boat? Let me go get my wife.
I'm gonna go get Percy. Percy Jackson will be available. Or Percy Jackson will be back.
Percy Jackson will be turning
Yeah,
this fall.
in Avengers Doomsday. Fuck. Oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty blatant. It's kind of funny. I don't know if I'm super looking forward to the Percy cameo in the next one.
Mhm.
I think fine if they don't do the other way around. I guess because they know which series is their moneymaker. Um, that's the mainline one. So Percy can show up in their books, but they don't need to show up in his. That doesn't do anything for them. Um,
Yeah. And going back to the Riordan, you're on thin ice. What did you mean she flew out like Super Muslima? That's a quote. She flew out like
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh no. Oh, Riordan. I don't think you can say that,
Riordan, you're
Riordan.
back on thin ice.
Riordan, I'm not sure I can say that, Riordan. Riordan. Oh, I forgot
Damn
about
it,
that.
Rick.
I forgot about that. Rick, I don't think I can say that. Rick, I don't think you should say that. Like so anyways, to not harp on that too hard, Sam is on some kind of special mission here.
Hmm.
Blitz and Hearth have gone
She's
missing.
been promoted. Yeah.
She was promoted last book to like
Yes.
Odin's
Like High
Black
Valkyrie or
Ops.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and Magnus meets with Sam's informant around this point. Around this point, Otis the goat, one of Thor's immortal goats.
Hmm.
Otis comes here to provide some information about Mjolnir, saying that it's in the crypt of some ghoul in Cape Cod. But before he's about to say any more, he's killed by an assassin.
Hey, he'll be fine.
Yeah. So there's like a big feeling of getting thrown into the deep end with this book.
Yeah.
Just kind of like as quick as possible of a recap as we just find out the current state of things and how things have changed. And it's like, oh shit, a lot actually. Like half of our main cast are just nowhere to be seen for some reason, and then oh no, Goat Killer arrives. And you think the Goat Killer is gonna be like a big mystery? It's kind of not.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I thought the goat killer was going to be like, oh yeah, is this going to be a mysterious person that we're going to have to follow through more of the book?
Just
Not
some
really.
guy. It was just some guy we met last book, Utgard Loki.
Yeah, big
Um,
boy.
yeah, yeah, just some giant. Loki is apparently like being named John for Jotuns. So, yeah, it's just some giant that we met last book that was like
Yeah.
mostly unremarkable and continues to kind of be unremarkable. There's a fun quest about his bowling alley later on, but like,
Oh, yeah, yeah, that was
yeah,
nice.
but like
Good
nothing, yeah.
trials.
But my first assumption, honestly, because there was so much attention on it, was that, oh, this is gonna be like Alex secretly, and we're gonna find something out about her. But no,
I genuinely
yeah,
kind of
no,
thought that too.
yeah, yeah, it's not what happens though, and the book doesn't even really try and pretend like that's what happened. Um,
They're quite open with it quickly on of like, yep, nope, Alex is not this person.
yeah, yeah, and the book kind of plays at this whole idea like people are untrustworthy of Alex, but that seems to just be in Alex's head. Right, Magnus does not actually show distrust to her for the most part. Kind of jokes at it, but it doesn't seem like he actually believes she's capable of anything like that.
Hmm.
Um,
Joking with each other is just kind of part of their dynamic.
yeah, yeah. So instead, it seems to be more just an internal battle with her, believing herself to be inherently untrustworthy, having this kind of internalized shame, which is good character writing. But it also means that from a reading perspective, you know very quickly that's like, okay, it's not her. Got it. Understood. Can we move on? Is who it's gonna be any more interesting? No. Okay, great. Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Thor's hammer is said to be in a white barrow.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, the cave in Cape Cod.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, a tomb that does have the dead in it, though, is
Yes.
the main thing. This
Yes.
will be important for later.
So, Sam apparently was away collecting another lost soul, or not a lost soul, one of them,
Oh,
future
yeah, that's right.
Einherjars. Yeah.
No, no, it's. I looked at my chapter 2 note.
Mm-hmm.
Why was Jack calling Magnus Senor for so long?
What? Oh my god, I forgot about this. What?
Yeah, in like chapter 2, a note is Jack is now calling Maggie Senor for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. Rick,
Why?
why?
But what? But why? But
But why?
but why?
Slowly getting more Nick Cage.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Sam goes to collect Alex. And at this point introduces Alex as her brother. Um I will say another interesting thing about Alex to kind of add to the little jar of cool things that I like about her quite a lot is that the book is intentionally very vague about like whether Alex might be AMAB or AFAB. It can be
Oh, I
assigned
kind
male
of
at birth
assumed
or assigned
AMAB,
female
I'm gonna be
at birth.
honest.
There's a couple lines that would give you that assumption, but then there's also a couple lines that would say the other way around. Like at one point, her really talking about how her family wanted like a male heir.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
It's like there's little things where it's like I think in the book it's not supposed to be clearly one or the other, which is like neat. I like that.
So, Alex is Ab, assigned at birth.
Who knows even? Maybe she was assigned. Maybe she was changing immediately. Who knows? But either way, the idea is that we don't know, and I kind of like that.
Mhm.
I kind of like that approach. It's not a bad approach.
Yeah.
Um,
Plus, it's like a book, you don't exactly need to be clear about it because it doesn't really matter.
yeah. Um, I was very excited when I realized Alex was showing up. Though I was giddy, kicking my feet. I was happy as a bird.
Mhm.
And Alex starting trouble immediately. It was a lot of fun. Just like, been
Alex
here
was
for
a bit
one
of a shit
day.
stirrer.
He's just throwing around vases, barreling through the hotel room in the form of a cheetah, just destroying shit. Everyone's like, who the fuck is that guy? It's great. It's great.
Oh yeah, and then of course, Magnus gets a dream sequence soon.
Oh yes. Oh, and then also, oh, you forgot about when Halfborn maybe kind of calls Alex a slur. Maybe kind
Oh,
of.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay. So a phrase is used in this book, argur, ARGR. We're gonna. I'll say argur. I have more notes about the word later on, I think, so I'm just gonna hold off. But that's a phrase that it's used a
Mhm.
few times if you're familiar with it. Then you probably actually know more about it than I do. I just kind of looked it up quickly and saw what I could. But could only glean so much because it's like, not English. It's not English, and the resources about it in English are pretty limited.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh, and
mm,
Blitz and Hearth are in a safe house.
mm. Oh, little thing. So in Magnus's room, right, he has a photograph of his family. It's magical. On his uncle's face, there appears
He
a
has a snare
scar,
scar.
which looks exactly like a tattoo um that he sees. Does he see the tattoo on the nape of Alex's neck at this point, or is it just on the vases? I think it's just on the vases at this point.
I
Later
think
on, I
it's just
think
the
he sees
basis.
the tattoo.
Yeah, because I didn't take note on if he
Yeah.
saw a tattoo or not.
Yeah, yeah, and also of course it's immediately mentioned as odd that that Alex seems to be so proud of well, at least Sam interprets this as Alex being proud of Loki, or proud of being a child of Loki. Um
Yeah, not knowing the context.
yeah, using the stamp, and later on it's explained otherwise, but for now this is what you are led to believe.
Assumption.
More red herring crumbs about how, like, Alex is working with Loki. Alex must be working with Loki.
They hit
Um
you on it with so thick that you're just like, okay, this
yeah.
definitely isn't the case, right?
Also, Jack the Sword loves the gays, apparently. Jack the Sword is like, oh, I love Argyr. I
Jack the
love hanging
Sword
out
is
with
an
them.
ally.
Yeah, yeah. Jack's an ally. I like, think they're the best parties. Are you kidding me? I see he's been to a couple, he's been to a couple
Gay
gay house
clubs.
parties. Yeah. Good for him. Um, and despite everything, Alex does in fact show up to the games.
This is
Um,
true.
at which point,
Alex has it. I'm gonna be honest. I did not actually take note of the weapon's name.
mm,
I just put steel string.
a garrote wire.
Yes, that's the bitch.
And she also, at this point, explains right now her pronouns are she, her. And
Wait, hold up.
to
I have a note
and
about.
explains
This
basically
is the
gender.
only.
Explains her gender.
Yeah, real quick. This is the only note on. I think currently she is her in
Mm.
this. My note on her appearance is looks like a less fucked up younger Loki.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
because
know.
because
I
Magnus
find
was like,
that
"Wow,
kind of
Loki sure is
funny.
hot," and wow, she sure looks a lot like Loki, huh? um. So, yeah, Alex has like a green hair and pronouns.
Mhm.
A pink argyle
Very all
vest. Dresses.
green and pink.
Yeah, yeah, like the platonic ideal of a kid that probably spends a lot of time at Hot Topic. It would. As I saw someone post on Tumblr, it would be cringe if it weren't for the fact that the main character is clearly in love with her, and that we're seeing it through the lens of someone who just like thinks that everything that she does is really wonderful and really cool.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think Percy would say if he witnesses that? Just like, oh damn, someone going for God style?
Percy uh wouldn't think about it that hard, I think.
Percy instead would probably be thinking about Annabeth, let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd just be like, oh, I'm here in the Norselands. Oh hey, there's a person. Where's Annabeth? Where's my wife?
Oh gosh. Just imagine just Apollo shows up, it becomes a queer dick measuring contest. So immediately.
You know for a fact Apollo would come down and be like, I was gay first. And better.
Yeah, actually, I was a woman in the 1700s, so yeah, I'd be a little beat.
Like I
Ooh,
invented it? Like
ooh,
haven't you heard some of the
actually,
stories? Like, even
ooh,
back in ancient
actually,
Greece?
yeah. Okay. So great. But
Your
yeah.
attempt is cute.
Oh, also, but to keep in mind here, irregardless of what gender Alex is at the time, it does make Magnus gay.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Magnus is just bisexual, actually. I feel like that's just that is just
Yeah.
canon, I believe. Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, description of Loki.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I have this. My first note of chapter 7 is Magnus does not have a crush on Alex, but also he can't stop staring at her, and also he really wants to get to know her. And whenever she's not in the room, all he's thinking is, "Where's Alex? Where's Alex?"
My note about this is Maggie obsessed with Alex.
Oh yeah. Um, and also the other note, my next note of like, we've already been over this basically, but the fact that it is at this point made very clear that Alex being trans is like not a fantasy shape-shifting thing. She calls herself trans. Magnus references
Transgender.
directly transgender people that he had met when he was homeless, and how
Yeah, he
yeah,
kind of gets it because, like, oh yeah, no, a lot of people are just thrown out by their
yeah.
allegedly loving
And
families.
Magnus being like, yeah, fuck those guys. It's like, see, this is why we like Uncle Rick. This is why we like Uncle Rick.
Magnus is such a great
It's why
character
we
of
like Uncle
his.
Rick. Because Uncle Rick there on a print owned by Disney being like, fuck parents of trans kids who kick them out. You are worse than dirt. Paraphrasing, but you know.
It's more or less the spirit
That's
of
what
things.
Magnus wanted to say. I'm translating through the PG-ified
Listen,
version
everyone
of the
knows
book.
Magnus cusses.
Literally, yeah, actually, he does canonically say
There was
fuck.
even there was like a line later on that even said, "I said swears in Norse."
Yeah,
That was it.
yeah. But so he also in Alex, he's a bit of a kindred spirit. Realizes immediately that she likely was homeless for a time or otherwise that they're just very similar in some way. So he's
Hmm,
immediately very curious because of that. Um,
yeah. Oh, also Magnus gets eaten.
oh yeah, yeah, and gets talked to Loki. Starts whispering to him, saying like, "Ah, yeah, we got a quest here. Got my daughter Sam. She's got to get married to, get the hammer back because that's the bride price." Doesn't tell the details of the bride price, and later on we find out. Probably Norse will do it differently. He's got plans on schemes. Um, he also says that Alex isn't invited. And genders her correctly. Aw.
This is one of the few
Yeah.
sympathy points he gets.
Yeah, then he's like, "Well, gonna explode you now, Magnus. Gonna start channeling power into you, Magnus." And Alex fixes that by cutting his head off. Magnus's head off. Okay.
Very good of him.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and next chapter, Magnus has some death dreams. Did you take notes of the death dreams?
Um, I don't know, some stuff happened due to his head getting cut off. He got visions of Amir who has the hammer
Yeah,
and other stuff is the exact note.
yeah, yeah.
To elaborate on that, basically Mimir is just like, "Aight, we gotta assemble the crew. Go to
We gotta get the team
Magnus.
back together.
Gotta get the team back together. Go on, boys.
I mean,
Go get
he's
Maggie.
the Godfather. Remember?
I'm the Godfather.
Yep.
I can't do a good
He's the
Godfather
cape. He's the
accent.
capo.
I'm the capo.
The capo.
I'm the head.
Yep. So
Now,
fucking
you
silly.
boys are going to go get Maggie there, and y'all are gonna. Okay, I'm done.
And, yeah, last one we see the two giant siblings who seem to want the hammer. I believe one of them is named as Thrym at this point,
And
which
yeah,
yeah, which at that point I was immediately I was thinking the second I saw like, oh, wedding and hammer is the
you
bride
immediately thought of
price.
Thor too, right?
Well, I remembered the story about Thor in a wedding dress.
That's all I remembered
Yeah.
about it as well, but I just
Oh, so you
heard
knew
of
that
Norse
story.
wedding. Yeah,
You knew that story. At least
and
the long and short of it of
all I know is wedding dress Thor.
Thor goes in drag, and then Loki pretends to be a maid of honor, and they do a little scheme in order to get Mjolnir back. Can't wait to see the Marvel Comics or MCU version of this. They better do
They're
it. They
never
better
gonna.
fucking do it. They better fucking do it. Come on, you cowards. Um but oh yeah, also this is where they explain the term Argyr a little bit more, and I decided to look it up a little bit. some of the details about it. Because a
Mhm.
few other people call Alex and
Others,
Argir.
yeah,
If I'm pronouncing it badly, my bad.
that's fine.
But okay, so apparently the word just literally means unmanly. But it seems to be a euphemism, but like looking it up, it's a bit more blunt. The direct translation, it seems to be more like um well, not sure not sure if I can uh we'll see. It might not be that bad. Maybe I'm overblowing it in my mind. But yeah, I think the book says it means unmanly more or less. It seems to be a euphemism for like trans or gay. And my brain immediately equated it with the Japanese word okama. Not sure if that's a fair comparison. Looking it up, oh yeah, okay, here's where it is. Here's my note here where it says looking it up, it seems to be more referring to the bottom. The bottom. I don't yeah, the bottom.
Oh,
That seems to be like the direct reference to the bottom. Um,
that's funny.
if you're top, it doesn't count. If you're top, you're not actually gay. If you're a bottom, then you're unmanly. Is the idea? That seems to be the
So
direct thing.
yeah, was it Greek or Roman sexuality that basically was like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you top.
I don't. I think it was.
I think that was Roman,
I don't know. I
right?
think both to some extent, but
Yeah, that sounds
mm.
about right.
According to some preliminary searches, it seems like this word may have been reclaimed some Norse-speaking countries. Don't know to what extent, but it seems like it's starting to, or maybe at one point was in some usage in queer spaces in like Denmark, Iceland, Norway, etc., etc. Um,
Mhm.
it may even, according to at least one article, it has something closer to a colloquial use of like queer in English, being more broad than just referring to trans women or gay men. Seems to be more the implication of the word originally. So yeah, if anyone happens to actually know something about this, I'd be happy to read your comment or
Yeah, and if any
yeah.
of you ancient Norse people out there have knowledge of how
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh wait, let
Hmm?
me see. Speak a little.
Speaking, I am
Okay, yeah, yeah. I
speaking.
might have accidentally muted you for like half a second there, but it's fine.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was just double checking. Wait, I was like, wait, you weren't muted the whole stream, right? Wait, we aren't fucked, right? Yeah,
Oh, that would be so
be
funny.
hilarious, but I don't
Just
think that's what
missing
happened.
50% of this.
I can, I can literally double check to say, but I'm,
Um, what was it? Hotel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're fine. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Listening back to a
Hey, we
section. Listen
fine.
back to a section. We're fine. No issues like that. Nothing quite that bad. Um,
That'd be so funny if I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just muted the whole time because
No,
no
no.
one
I'd
would
be
know
like,
why you just
well,
randomly put into an Italian
well,
accent.
yeah, yeah. So so yeah, we get oh, also the gang immediately calls Magnus out for having a crush, so, that's isn't like us just reading into it. Just making that clear. Okay, so later on we see we get the little like Valkyrie body cam footage to see exactly how Alex died. And without going into
Mhm.
detail about it, mostly because it's not important, the circumstances of in which Alex like entered Valhalla seemed so convenient as to be suspicious. It's
Yeah,
not only suspicious to us, but suspicious to Magnus, who names it exactly. That's like, yeah, if you could not imagine a more perfect introduction into these halls, it is literally a textbook ascension. The only downside of it is that once again, the court's transphobic to Alex being like, "Ah, you really are really are a credit to your kind. It's so impressive, especially for an insert slur here." Like,
not a good impression.
no. And also Magnus gets a little eye of goat killer snooping, so it's like, not Alex. Got it.
Hmm.
Got it. For sure. I mean, before we already were pretty sure, but now we're like, sure. You're like, it wasn't Alex.
Yeah.
Cool. Toss it aside. That's what, chapter 11 out of 57? That's what I mean when I say that the mystery isn't really a thing.
The
Um.
only mystery that's going on is like, all right, what is Loki's main plan?
Mhm. So, chapter 12. Sam and Magnus have a little bit of a chat. Um. Apparently, the reason why Alex punched Sam in the face was because she wasn't sure that if she'd be able to still like shapeshift after dying, and important to her because gender fluid.
Exactly.
Does not like being constrained to a single shape in a way that is both like the allegory of Nimona, but also like literally what happens in Nimona.
Hmm.
Have you seen Nimona?
I have not.
You should. You like really really should. Um, you know who made it, right? At least
Haha.
no.
No.
Have you heard of Nimona? You've heard of it. You said you should watch
I
it,
think I've
right?
seen the trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nimona was made by N.D.
I've heard it was like a
Stevenson.
more independent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Nimona was made by N.D. Stevenson. It was originally funded by I don't know who initially picked it up. Some larger studio picked it up initially, and then it got dropped, and then Netflix picked it up and put it on their program, and it did like really, really well. Um, Andy Stevenson is the guy that made She-Ra. Pronoun check.
Me?
Um,
Oh, he, him.
okay, yep. Andy Stevenson. So he's the guy that made She-Ra. He's also a famously trans creator. Um, And Nimona's story, the hook about Nimona, is not dissimilar to Alex's character concept as a shapeshifter who shapeshifts in order to express themselves, in order to feel more like themselves, doesn't like feeling constrained. Nimona, it's more allegory. Alex, it is both allegory and also Alex is just actually gender fluid in the text. Interesting. Interesting
Ah.
parallels. Interesting
Okay,
parallels
okay.
for sure. Not at all saying that one. Please, no one take that out of context and be like one stole from the other. Whichever one came first. No. Please shut the fuck up.
Themes and ideas are everything's
Yeah,
already been done, as they say.
shapeshifting has been considered shapeshifting as a metaphor for gender fluid or as a thing to like for like a gender fluid character to do in a fantasy setting has that's been a thing for like a long time. I want to say maybe not like a long time, but like neither of these guys were the first ones to do it anyway. Um, so no need to get your fucking panties in a twist. I don't know. Yeah. But speaking of that though, Magnus actually has a really great little metaphor about like being gender fluid and being like constrained to just one. Or being forced to be something that you're not. I'll read out just the whole like quote because I think it's so interesting and it's actually like quite good. And
Okay,
once
okay.
again shows why we fuck with Uncle Rick. So my second grade teacher, Miss Mangler, aka Miss Mangler, had forced me to write with my right hand even though I was left-handed. She'd actually taped my left hand to the desk. My mom had exploded when she found out, but I remembered the panicky feeling of being restrained, forced to write in such an unnatural way because Miss Mangler had insisted, "This is the normal way, Magnus. Stop complaining. You'll get used to it." So,
Totally not filled with allegory.
I mean, no, the idea is that Magnus is trying to relate to Alex's. It's not allegory. It's just Magnus literally trying to relate to Alex and trying to think of something similar that he can imagine that happened in his past. And through that, Rick is trying to introduce to the kids like, hey, you might not understand this thing. Maybe you've been told it's like weird or something, but like imagine if this happened to you. This is something that's easier to imagine. Maybe, yeah, it'd be like that. It's a good little
Oh,
like
okay, okay.
good little way to like help the kids a little bit understand these things. It's neat.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, and also we get Sam earlier like alludes to her personal life being in some shambles right now, and we apparently find out this is because
Yeah.
Loki just arrived to her house, was like, "Hey, I'm the god of mischief, and also your granddaughter's father. I've returned from getting milk." Anyway,
Yeah, look,
strict Muslim grandparents, your daughter is getting married to some giant. Have a nice day.
not only that, but apparently it was just like, hey, strict Muslim household. Your daughter's been comporting with the Norse.
Also, she's a Valkyrie, and I know she's engaged to this other guy that she likes a lot, but she's gonna get married to someone else. Oh, you're the fiance? Get fucked. That's Loki. That's Loki coming back. That's great. I like that though. That's really funny.
It kind of is a
That's
little funny.
it's
He
horrible. It's
basically came
horrible
back.
for Sam. Like, wow. It's very stressful for her, and it's a big point of tension as to whether her, she can even combine her two lives that are very important to her.
Yeah, just like, hey, Sam, I'm back with milk. Guess what?
I got the milk
It's
and the cigarettes.
boiled. Yeah. Oh, and this is just not going to be focused on too much, but it was kind of an interesting topic where Sam was like, "Oh yeah, I'm still firm with Islam, still believe in
Yeah.
Allah.
Yeah.
The Norse gods are just merely powerful beings." And Magnus is like, "Okay, yeah, I've seen these things. They don't feel divine at all.
It's
Yeah, I'm still an atheist, bro."
it's kind of funny because like like obviously these books are being printed by Disney, right? By Disney Hyperion.
Yes.
Um it's a funny thing where it's like I have a feeling because, I mean not a feeling. I'm like actually pretty confident that like, probably by this point a lot of Christian groups, Christian readers were a little lost by these books,
Already.
right?
Yeah.
You got like a Muslim character, a trans what's this doing here, puts down, even though the funny thing is that this book like honestly gives them an out in a way that the other books don't bother to. The other books kind of hint
Yeah,
at
they
it,
kind of
but this one's
danced.
like
Yeah.
this one's like, oh no, here's literally an out for all these books to still like enjoy them and enjoy these god characters that is still in line with whatever religion you happen to
Theist.
practice right now, so you can still have fun
Yeah.
with it and explain it to your parents and whatever.
Hmm.
Be like, oh no, they're
And
not like
like
actual
before it,
pagan gods. In the books, they say that they're just like people who just like have lots of powers, just these powerful beings, and then there's all these stories
they
about
just
them,
happen to
right?
resemble.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just happen to, and it's just about it's about stories and history. It's about history. It's about history. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
I'm gonna be entirely honest.
One
I feel like
second.
this probably. I'll say my little diatribe while you're MIA. Yeah, I feel like this probably could have gone actually in like the Lightning Thief in terms of things. Just because then, you already introduced that early on compared to like what? One quintilogy, one trilogy, one duology down the line in terms of things. Because it kind of came in a little late in terms of when it came out. However, they did dance around things back during the Lightning Thief. Like I remember there was that I think it was a pastor, priest character who was in Hades, and they're just like, how do we know he's seeing it as Greek Hades and not Christian hell? Who knows? Maybe they're like connected or not connected. Maybe it's all perception.
Oh, I'm back. Oh
And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I hear you.
oh, okay, okay. And so like they definitely danced around it where here it's just like, yeah, nope, firm belief in all of yeah,
Yeah.
they're powerful creatures.
Mm-hmm. It is interesting. It is interesting how they do that, and it's kind of funny, right? Because you have like it's one of the ways to do things, right? Leaving out a bit of plausible deniability versus the Sandman method of doing things, where it's like, what if they were just all true, just all at once, every single one of them? I think this was a bit. This one goes over a little better. Sandman, you have to have a bit more imagination, like to maybe still vibe with that one. I don't know. I don't. I feel like that's rude. I feel like the way I framed that was rude.
Mm.
That's not what I mean. I mean more like you have to be okay with some light blaspheming for Sandman to go over well. Some light
Totally.
blaspheming, not extreme, just some light one. If that anime about like Jesus and Buddha going to being roommates offends you, then maybe something like Sandman is for you. Or maybe it's not for you because Neil Gaiman is hmm, hmm. Unfortunate.
I see.
Why do so many of these guys end up being sex pests? What is up with this? Why? We have one nice thing. Anyway, Sam and Magnus reunite with Blitz and Hearth. The gang is all back together. And Hearth,
Yay.
has read an omen of bloodshed for Blitz and is like, oh no.
He's completely chill about this.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just have a general note of just Blitz x Hearth. Okay, so like they go into the tomb, right? And like while they're going into the tomb, like there's a line about how Hearth, never wants to put Blitz in danger, how nervous he feels for Blitz's safety, and how like close they are, and just how much they care for one another and how much they've done for one another. And it's like one I remembered, right. We blew past the opening quote of this book. Actually, I feel like this is important context. So the opening
Oh,
quote of
okay.
this book is to J.R.R. Tolkien, who opened up the world of Norse mythology for me. So on one hand, I'm like, okay, this is a send up of Gimli and Legolas, right? A dwarf and an elf that are just very close to each other, that are each other's like favorite person, who've done so much for each other, sacrificed so much for each other, but it's like a platonic friendship, right?
Yeah.
Except
Except.
except Gigalus is a very, very popular ship for very obvious reasons. If you've ever read the books, watched the movies, and are, not closed minded. um
You comfort me too.
yeah. And this lifting from that so heavily, it's hard to not get Blitz X Hearth vibes a lot of the times, even though that's not what the book's going for. These books do have queer characters. We have more to choose from, but looking through the Magnus
It's
Chase,
hard to not.
looking through the Magnus Chase AO3, Blitz X Hearth is the second most popular ship. So, you know, makes sense.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you had said in the last, actually, before we even streamed about the last book, of how saying, like, oh, you know what? I kind of do hope that they continue being kind of a thing, because this was back when they were compared to Magnus's mom and dad.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then you're
yeah,
saying,
there's a
like,
lot there.
yeah. And you're saying, like, you'll see, Hearth is, like, a bit younger in terms of
I think he
life.
is. I think he is. I think he is
He
still.
is.
Yeah.
However,
It's still
there's still
cute.
certain tropes.
It's still cute. The tropes are still
Oh yeah, that
there.
too.
It's,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's still the implications spread all over the place. There's the fact that like Hearth, even though he's younger, seems to be styled after did they mention someone specific, or was it in fact still James Marsden from Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I
It's kind of how he's
don't recall.
described. If they mentioned someone specific and I forgot it, my bad. But
I did too.
the way he's described seems to evoke someone older than how he's actually said to be in the
Mhm.
books. It's complicated. If you ship the two of them, it's like it's very easy to just say, just make Hearth not, I don't know how old he's supposed to be, actually 17, whatever. Just make him like
20.
25. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't change a single thing in the book if you make it to make him 25.
Yeah.
So, reminds me, I was watching this one video about oh my god, what's that one Yu-Gi-Oh character?
There's a lot of them. Joey?
My
Kinda.
Valentine.
Ah.
My Valentine. So, how old do you think My Valentine is?
I think she was like 16, 17.
So she's 24.
Oh. How old was Joey again?
um so 16. Yeah. I found this out recently. I had your reaction of like, why? but no,
In
let's not go
Japan.
full, Nick Cage again. Let's not do this second time. Yeah,
So I'm just
so
like slightly in disbelief at the moment.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's like that's a bit more egregious for sure. But you lose nothing by in your fic aging her down a bit. You lose nothing, so most people just do that.
Yeah.
Let me actually double check. How old is Hearthstone Magnus Chase again? How old is he? I'm forgetting. Oh, does he
Nothing
have
will
a
change
canon
if you
age?
beat him.
Does he have a canon age? Huh.
I don't recall them saying a specific age,
No.
but it's kind of more
Kind of
the
implied he's just like
vibe
a
of
little older than Magnus.
it.
Young adult, maybe.
I've always kind of got like late teen, young adult-ish vibes.
Okay, well, still then extra loses nothing by just saying he's 25. He doesn't even have a
Yeah.
canon age. Okay, so anyway, they go down to a spooky cave, very spooky fucking cave, having the word Blood River inscribed around it over and over again. There's all these lifeless
They
soldiers
encounter
in coffins.
democracy.
It's encounter democracy, but also there's lifeless soldiers in coffins, and Magnus is like, oh, they're gonna like wake up and attack us. They're gonna like they're gonna wake up and attack us, right? That's gonna I know it's gonna happen. I've been here before. I know what the fuck's gonna happen. I've done this shit before.
Yeah, they all basically come to that consensus, but they're like, so we gotta spring
we
it to
kind of
get out
gotta
of here,
anyway,
right?
right? Like we can't
Yeah,
like there's
yeah,
there's
we
nothing
have to
here.
escape. Like things came behind us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we gotta do, and then Hearth activates the rune, and they wake up, and it's like, we thought, that's what, yeah.
yeah. It's just like it happened.
Oh, also the briefest thing of Blitz stalling them by making them introduce like themselves. And...
It's just like, hey, I am a dwarf. You will introduce the craft that is about to kill me.
And you will take no less than 15 minutes.
So then the boss of them says like, all right, this is my sword.
That makes sense.
Nobody else matters here. You're gonna die now.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's funny, like, yeah, the other guys don't matter.
Mhm.
They're side characters, is what Blood River says.
Oh yeah. They fight. Hearth proves that he's a 10th level wizard. Um,
Or the OG.
Yep. And of course, it's all a big ploy. Everything is right according to Loki's Kaikaku. Kaikaku means plan.
All according to Keikaku.
Yeah. But it's not obnoxious. It's usually less obnoxious when it's like all according to Keikaku for a villain, because you want them to be the cool, smart guy who always accounts for everything. That's why they're difficult to get around. Sometimes it can be obnoxious though if it feels too convenient. I'll say they never quite make Loki's feel too convenient. Instead, it always just feels like, he just happens to be one step ahead of these objectively kind of dumb teenagers. That seems not that impressive.
Yeah. Because, like, it wasn't that hard of a plan. His plan is basically just like, so they're totally going to this barrel white I set up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pop by, steal the shit.
Yeah, he sets up he's able to get the information about the location to them, gets it through a goat. Objectively, goat's not very strong. Objectively, Thor's goat even dumber. It tells him where to be. He needs to get the sword. He's there at the right time because he knows when they're going to be there, because it's like, one of those many, like, we got to be there at a certain time of day to do the thing. Shows up, takes the sword, and is like, cool, thanks. Got the thing that we need for the wedding, dowry, bride price, whichever one.
Yeah.
And then the
Oh,
implication,
by the way, we also forgot Randolph.
Oh yeah, Randolph. Randolph is also there. So they're under the impression that there's that what?
No, I'm just laughing at how you just brushed him off.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, whatever.
I think the main thing
he has an arc and goes through great suffering.
Randolph,
it's a thing.
Yeah, main thing I kind of want to bring up with Randolph is he is not doing well. He's basically being treated as a puppet, recreationally being burned.
He's scarred. He's constantly in agony.
Loki's having a fun time though. He's got a new plaything.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's having such a good time. Loki's a sociopath in this.
Oh, absolutely.
Loki's one of the more fucked up villains we've had in this entire series, is the wild thing, except for maybe, like, I don't know, Emperor Nero.
And Emperor Nero was like cartoonish. Loki is just like, I have your uncle and torturing him.
Yeah.
Please kill me.
Emperor Nero be like, oh, so I crucified a few Christians? Oh, boo.
And it's just like, oh, you Nero, we'll put a stop to you yet.
I still can't believe that like
Meanwhile, you
actual
see a
real life
tortured
Emperor
man.
Nero is in is in fucking Charles of Apollo. That is Nero, right? That's Nero in the yeah.
Yeah. And
Caligula shows up
meanwhile, here
later.
you have a man crying as he's forced to stab a friend of his nephew.
Caligula shows up later. Dear God, dear fucking God, I hate it here.
Uh,
Um, these books are so much fun. Um, so yeah, he has a deal with Randall about how if he does as he's told, Loki will bring his family back from Helheim. The whole story about his wife and daughter having died, being told last book. They go into a bit more depth this one. Um, so they have the sword, but the sword is like special, right? One, it cannot be drawn in front of women. It needs to taste blood in order to be put away, and it also needs a special whetstone in order to be complete, because it's like a really really fucking strong sword, but it needs to be sharpened constantly apparently.
yes.
So they need to go find the whetstone, which is in Alfheim. And
Blitz
yeah,
has been stabbed, and this blood, or not the blood, the stab wound cannot heal
yeah. Also,
unless they
Loki
have the
puts
whetstone.
Sam into a coma to prevent a woman from looking upon it. Um
Not just into a coma. Doesn't he say stop breathing?
no, that's later. That's
Oh, okay, that's
so
right.
just puts her in a coma. He needs her for later. He's
Of
saving her for
course,
later right now. The coma,
of course.
the command word die is later.
We are not joking.
No, we're not. So, also, oh wow, oh shit, Magnus cuts off Randolph's fingers. I forgot about that.
Oh fuck! I didn't even
I
note
forgot
that.
that Magnus cut off his fingers. Don't worry, he'll lose the whole arm later. He won't even notice.
Randolph, Randolph is a fucking victim in this book,
Yes,
bro.
he is. Randolph is such a victim that I'm like that I was definitely like, okay, yeah, we're definitely not doing any kind of this isn't like a Seth thing where it's like, he starts off real evil, yeah, but like by the end, like him and the uncle are banging on the side and he's like, he's kind of he's kind of
I
a little
mean,
fucked up little guy, but like they're fine, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. I mean, here they might still be banging on the side, but it definitely is not going to be consensual because Loki,
That's
like
dark.
fucked up in this,
That's
bro. Like,
dark. That's dark. Can you save
it
that for the
is.
after hours, bro?
You're right. You're
Save it
right.
for
But
after
like,
hours discussion.
Loki, I'm gonna be kind of honest. I was a little scared of Loki in this book.
Loki in this one's
Just a
very
little.
fucked up, and definitely
Yeah.
he's not limping his way back to a kind of redemption for this one. Though
No.
Magnus continues to pity him as we go forward.
Mhm.
It's still framed as a what the gods did to him, tying him up with his own son's entrails and spraying poison into his face. That was probably like not
A
cool. That's
little
like
too
not that's
much.
Guantanamo Bay isn't cool, guys. Let's not do that. you know maybe don't do that. Maybe that's bad. But either way though, they managed to Randolph stabs Blitz like Lux said, and then but they managed to steal the sword. Magnus does by cutting off Randolph's fingers, which
Yeah.
pisses Loki off quite a little. Like it's the one time we actually
Hmm. Not going to plan. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, because like this is the one time something is not going to Loki's plan, where the blade isn't
sorry, give
going
me
with
like half
him.
a second. Just talk on your own. I had myself muted on stream side.
I kind of figured, which is why I just tried filling in the dead air. But yes, so like I said, Loki, for once things weren't going to plan, and he was mad. So yeah, as said before, Hearth or not Hearth, Blitz was stabbed. This blade can cause never clotting blood, apparently. Get anemia, I guess. In order to solve this, Magnus is just like, quick, fuck, sun be with you, and turns him to stone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This
I am returned.
welcome returned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, this basically sets up why Magnus is actually saying, "Fine, we'll get the whetstone."
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Yeah, they need to save. It's the only thing that can save Blitz. Um,
Hmm.
so they turn Blitz to stone for a bit, just to save him for
Yeah,
later.
he gets stoned.
Get stoned, like me.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah. So okay, so Hearth is like very, very upset about that. Like so incredibly upset. Like he is distraught. He is,
Hearth wasn't
yeah,
sure there was a way to revert it, and Magnus was just kind of like, "Eh, we'll
yeah.
figure that out.
Hearth
Surely there's a way."
Hearth is like wrapping up Blitz in 5 layers of bubble wrap as they're trying to figure out how to move him. Now they have to go to Alfheim, as you know, before Loki. I think
Oop,
just
I'm getting a call.
so before Loki just kind of alludes to like, oh yeah, where's the whetstone? Hearth knows where it is. And then it's made very clear they need to go to Alfheim. Alfheim is apparently only like accessible through air. Um so uh they have to go to an airstrip. Now in the last book, per the last book, Sam wants to become a pilot. By this point she is already started her training. Her lessons were like a gift from Amir, her fiance. And so she is actually co-piloting this voyage, which is really cool. We love that for her. And Amir is like in the backseat with Magnus, freaking the fuck out, trying to figure out all this like Norse shit, all this magic shit that he's just been exposed to, trying to assimilate it with his worldview, and also trying to figure out, like, you know, what's going on with Sam exactly. His love for her is never quite in question, but he is definitely, you know, unsettled by this all for sure. Um, Now, Magnus of course thinks Amir's a cool guy because, as stated in the other book, Amir like helped feed Magnus when he was homeless. He would just give him some free food every now and again. So he's definitely rooting for them over here. Uh, but either way, the group gets to the perfect magical spot, and Magnus and Hearth literally disappear into another realm, just kind of blink out of there, literally falling from the sky at first. Now, the actual realm of Alfheim is described really interestingly. When Luck gets back, I might have to reiterate, but it's how do I say? Kind of like a futuristic. It's kind of a futuristic conservative town, I suppose. Like perfect and creepy in a kind of in a Stepford kind of way, or maybe a Giver kind of way. If we're gonna get our genres straight, get our time periods straight. People are just incredibly willowy and pale, like so much to the point of oddity. I think Magnus even says that like a Hearth looks like a normal person compared to them, where they are all almost like space aliens. And pretty much as expected, these guys are like really racist. Like Rick makes a point of the first citizen, the first like elf you come across that isn't Hearth are like two cops who like immediately call Magnus, they call him Thick, which seems to refer to him being both fat, since these guys are like really willowy, really tall, really skinny, and also, you know, dumb. Uh Basically start like racially profiling him. You aren't like sure it's racial profiling at first, but later on you do get I don't know how to describe it aside from it seems like they have something of an apartheid system. Um there's like a maid that we meet at one point. So yeah, we go over to like Hart's family. We meet his dad. He is very odd looking, but before we meet him, we meet their maid, who has like this tail, and the police that drop them off uh mention something about how like she by law has to show her tail at all times, that she has to identify who she is at all times. Not doing that is illegal. And she, you know, also seems, you know, I don't think it's stated explicitly all her rights, all her not rights, but she's a maid currently. She is being harassed by the police despite, literally just being at her place of work. And, you know, she does seem to be a rung lower, implied to be, like I said, something of the apartheid system. Um, they also within line of that, within line with that, don't treat deafness very well. I don't think I've mentioned it in this book, but in the last book, Heart's deafness is honestly very much a point of interest there. It's mostly done pretty well, including what seems to be actual ASL research, which we always love. Um and there's a lot good going for it, but there's also some uncomfiness surrounding some of the metaphor in the final bit that I won't try and dig back into right now because it was, to my memory, a little complicated and I don't want to try to parse through that without my notes, and I also don't feel like opening them up again. Um but here it's more kind of not to the background, but it's, kind of to the background. It's not, despite this very much being Hart's story, this is not a story that is exclusively about his deafness, more just about like his shitty family life, some of which, a fraction of which, seems to stem from the fact that they really, really hate that he's deaf. And the police officers, one of the first things they do to him is harass him, saying, is well, not harass him. No, what they actually do here, according to my notes, is they shy away from him. I remember that. Magnus says that they shy away from him as if they think that they can catch deafness from him. And his father at one point tells him to stop that ridiculous hand waving, him using sign. But yeah. Things in Heart's home life are pretty fucking rough. My assumption is Luck will have like a lot to say here, so I'm gonna try and take my time as he is creeping his way back potentially. Let me actually also double check DMs. But yeah, okay, nothing for now. So, Heart's home life is basically a nightmare in this book. Yeah, so in the previous book, it's left pretty vague. We know that it was bad. There's the implication of some physical abuse, definitely quite heavy emotional abuse, but how we actually like what we actually find out in the book here is, I don't know if it's somehow worse. It's maybe less visceral than I was expecting. Um in a way that I think it had to be in order for, to still be a book for kids. Can't get too graphic or weird, definitely for the best. But
All right,
talking
what
about,
chapter are we on?
I'm looking at around the end of chapter 22, and I'm talking about Hart's horrible home life. We already talked about the racial profiling and the apartheid system. You missed a lot.
So America.
Yeah, you missed a lot. So the abuse. I was explaining how like it is less visceral than I think what we were
Worse.
assuming based off of the first book, but also worse, but maybe worse in like a bit of a cartoony way. Some realism threaded in there, but it's definitely kind of tailored in such a way where it's like it's quite bad, but it's also consumable for a child audience in a way that I don't think anyone's going to raise eyebrows too much. Right? It's like,
Yeah.
not to make the comparison again, but it's some Harry Potter tier shit mostly. Maybe a little better in the way it's presented from time to time. Definitely a little better, but that kind of tier of like, I was about to describe it, and then I realized Cinderella tier, and I'm like, I should have just led with Cinderella. Fuck. Why evoke Harry Potter's name? Should just led with Cinderella. The Cinderella tier of like he's kind of turned into a servant in his own home.
Which Cinderella?
Which Cinderella? Just Cinderella, just in general. Can you hear me?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I can. It's just I'm thinking about a very specific thing.
No, just in general. Just Cinderella in general. I mean, what, Cinderella 3 Twist in Time? No, just in general.
No, the chop off toe, cut off piece of heel.
Oh, no, that one, No, ugly
Yeah.
stepsister. No, ugly stepsister Cinderella fucking goes through. Holy shit! That no, that's like that discussion is like literally not consumable for YouTube. Uh, not in this podcast. So
Disney
uh,
Cinderella.
yeah,
Yay.
yeah. Disney Cinderella with that tier of it being like he's turned into a servant in his own home. He's also given like a quest, right? And we'll explain the quest a little bit. But basically, Hart's family, aside from his father, are all dead, and his father blames their deaths on Hearth, right? He says that his mom, um, did his mom kill herself? Is that what happened? Or was
Let
it
me
like an
look up my
accident?
notes.
I think it was like a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It was kind of left up to
Yeah, I know what
interpretation.
happened with Hart's brother.
Yeah. The brother has gone into depth about the mother. I think it was like she like walked into traffic or something,
Yeah.
and it was like, was she? The dad says she was so distracted and so distraught
Distracted.
because of you, but there was
But
kind of
was
almost
it?
there's almost this implication of like, oh, did she kill herself? Is that what
She
happened?
Ida?
Yeah, there's definitely the late implication there. It's left to your imagination a bit. But the brother is a bit more is a bit more visceral. So we are so we see we see Hart's room, and like it's quite horrific, right? So when we
Hmm.
see like a bare room with just a mattress on the floor, and we see on the wall like a ledger with like tasks and that he can do to like earn a certain amount of gold, and then things that like cost gold, which include
Like
embarrassing the
food.
family and also food. So
No. Embarrassing the family can probably take the form of probably publicly doing sign
oh yeah,
language.
existing, you know, just
Yeah.
um and he has
Did
a
you bring up
rug in
how his
his
brother
room as
died, by
well.
the way?
Hmm?
Did you bring up how his brother died already?
No, just get into that right now. So yeah, he has a rug in his
Oh,
room, which is the skin of the beast that killed his brother. Do you want to tell the story?
sure. So basically, this is what happened. Young Hearth and his brother were outside, just being kids. Hearth is like, ooh, here's some neat rocks. Let me just kind of look at them. So you know how Hearth is deaf?
Yeah. Brother behind him getting mauled to death, and he did not
Well,
hear.
yeah, that's like kind of very fucking brutal, I'll
Yeah.
be honest.
Now Hearth was literally
And Hearth
8 when this
is
happened.
yeah,
Granted, he
Hearth
was
is
not doing
being
shit.
yeah, like if Hearth noticed, what fuck would he do? Go run inside, say, "Mom, Johnny's getting stabbed by a bear." I forgot his name.
Hmm.
And by the time he would have said that, or his brother totally would have been dead, right?
Yeah. It's definitely made very clear that it's like, oh no. Not it's not like, oh, dad has a point. Like, no. He was 8. What was he supposed to do? Like, but like probably
Fight
best.
the
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah. He was. But he was in fact forced to skin the beast himself. So the idea is they make a rug out of it, right? And he was told to collect gold coins until it covers the rug completely, not a single hair visible. I think right now there's like what, maybe like a fourth of the rug covered, like a
Something like
fraction of the
that.
way there.
Like
And
not
yeah.
even close. Still.
Yeah, not even close. It's not like we just need one more job. It's like, oh no, this is what you got in like years and years of being here, because you started when you were 8, so theoretically at least 10 years you were doing this. Yikes. And of course the fact that, food also costs gold. Yeah. So it was a
And what's this?
Sisyphean
You're also not
task.
allowed to leave. Yeah. Also, what's this? Not allowed to leave the property.
Also, if your dad just feels a bit embarrassed about you, he just takes away a bunch probably whenever he wants. It's like, yeah.
I could just imagine father drunkenly comes into the room. I remember you existed. I'm taking away 5 gold.
Like Sisyphus thinks he has it rough for sure. One must imagine Sisyphus happy, but not Hearth. Not no.
One must imagine heart that dissociated.
Yeah. So that's Heart's situation. Not the flavor of abuse that we were assuming, but also yes, that and worse. It's
It's
brutal.
different and bad.
Yeah, it's very brutal. Um, Either way though, the servant girl, um, who her and Heart seem to have a little something going on the side.
To a side note, Magnus, great emotional intelligence compared to the likes of Percy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Magnus actually recognizes these things without having it incredibly spelled out to
Yeah,
him.
Magnus just immediately clocked it, just like, oh yeah, she likes you. "Oh, no, she doesn't. What are you talking about? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure, bud.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, just looking through here. So she sends him on like a quest, right? You know, on a whole like, I know where you can get a bunch of gold right now. A Lord of the Rings reference, kind of the other way around. The idea is that
It-
the Ring Saga,
yeah,
the Rings gang.
basically you get some smelly gremlin thing protecting his precious.
Um, Yeah, yeah. Again, kind of. Except no, what I mean the story. This comes from a Norse story. The ring.
Oh, the
Yeah,
ring specifically.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
This comes from a. This is actually like 1-to-1. No, it's not really a 1-to-1. It is a continuation of the Rhine saga, um that you can read in the Prose Edda. Um, in that there's a ring that's crafted from this wonderful gold. It brings great fortune and great misfortune upon anyone who possesses it. Um, and it is, according to many people, a basis for Lord of the Rings. Uh,
Yeah,
except,
because
except, well, now here's the funny thing though, which is that Tolkien denies it.
that sounds about right. But
Yeah,
then again, I do want to bring up this is Tolkien. I didn't write allegory into my story. Shit, I should have started off with his first name.
is Robert
Tolkien.
John Robert Ruel Tolkien. It's his full name.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, yeah, he's like that. But he was also just, I mean, there's like a cat
Yeah, 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 cat.
belly scratches.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
he
the
was
ring
like
brings great.
captain of his school had like a Norse club. He was like a big fan of it. He was a very important member. He's definitely read the Prose Edda front to back many times. Definitely familiar with the story. Um,
He's like an old school nerd.
yeah, yeah, he was.
And like
Um,
he's a level of nerd I probably wouldn't touch. Like he's a language nerd.
oh yeah.
I
Oh
say
gosh.
that despite the fact that I'm kind of interested in linguistics too.
Yeah, we both. I mean, I think maybe I qualify more as a language nerd than you do, but like, you know,
Probably.
you know,
Like I would not be opposed to learning more.
hmm. I qualify only because of my degree, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so they come to a pond full of fish. They're pissed and tired. Hearth is like, fuck it, nukes the whole pond because they're supposed to just find one little dwarf that's just here and he's old as shit. He's had this ring forever. He has
It
this
said fuck it, we ain't got time.
big old pile of gold over there, and they're like, we need his treasure to do the thing. So Hearth is just like, we don't have time for this shit. Just move through my my man is in trouble. We do not have time for this.
So
Um,
needless to say, they get the ring with the ominous warning of it may bring great
hmm.
material wealth, but it will curse you and bad things will happen.
well specifically they
Magus is like,
well specifically they first get his whole horde, right? And
yes,
they get the horde plus the ring. They were initially so initially they
yeah,
just like, yeah.
Magnus. Here, let me continue on.
Hmm.
Magnus was like, it's fine. We'll return the ring. I don't want to deal with that. But the rest of your gold, I'm yanking that shit.
Hmm. But Hart insists that
I
they take
continue.
the ring, being like, "No, we'll need this. I know, got a feeling." Um, and in fact, so they bring all the gold back to the house, right? Drop it on the rug. It covers the
Mhm.
entire rug, except for a single hair sticking out. And Magnus is like, "Come on, man, we are so close. It
It's
is
single
literally
hair.
just one gold coin." Oh yeah, did we even explain why they're doing this? It's
Yes.
because Heart's dad has the stone, and they and
Oh yeah, he
the
has the
whetstone. Yeah,
whetstone.
I didn't forgot to mention that. And he said, "Well,
Yeah.
I'll give it to you if you clear up this blood debt." Um, so it literally just one hair
And
sticking
defend
out.
the party.
Yeah, yeah, literally just one hair sticking out, and they and he's like, "No, no, we need it." And then he's like, "Wait, what else you got there?" And they show the ring, and then the Lord of the Rings like, do 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 do. You know, it starts playing in his head, I presumably.
The
Um,
fireplace on, stares deeply at the ring.
they better do that for the live action. They better license the Lord of the Rings theme for the sake of that one scene. They need to, or at
If
least just have
they
someone do a good
do,
enough knockoff version. Please. They need to do
they
it.
better. They better.
So he takes the ring and is like, "Cool, got it. I'm gonna wear it now." And he immediately starts acting erratic and
He immediately
paranoid.
contracts dragon sickness.
Yeah, he's immediately like, "You want to steal it? You want to steal it from me?" It's like a day later too. He throws like a
It's
huge
literally
party, right? Because Magnus, a part of their deal is also that Magnus has to do a public appearance because he's like a son of Frey, and
yeah,
that's like a big deal for them.
the elf guy.
Yeah, yeah. So he's like, "You're all trying to steal it from me. You're all trying to take it from me.
Guards!
Guards, kill them!" Like, oh gosh. Um, and yeah, they manage to escape, but he goes like completely fucking insane. Like just completely loony. And I think he's just left with the ring, yeah?
I think.
I can't wait for
So
us to
needless to
come
say,
back to
all
him book
that
3
stuff
and he's
is
just
gonna.
Golem.
I'm really hoping he's just absolutely destitute.
Like
I
he
kind of
like he
hope that
managed to
entire
become
society.
Golem in like the span of like 3 months. It took him 3 months.
It'd be so funny.
Did 3 months not even go from Smeagol to Golem, but to go from like Lucius Malfoy to Golem. Fuck, another Harry Potter comparison. Thronduil, from Thronduil to Golem. Thronduil is that seems too nice to him because Thronduil is like a whole ass snack. But this guy is described as being
Fuck,
quite
Wormtongue,
unfortunate, and also he's
Denethor.
no, I'm not that level. That's why I opted for Lucius Malfoy. It's like he's not like ugly, I guess, but like it's kind of a piece of shit.
Denethor? I'm still thinking Denethor.
um, so smelling something. Someone's cooking something. So here's where the religious conversation happens, by the way, and this is also where Amir finally comes to terms with, you know,
The Norse
magic and
is
shit.
real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like last time I smelled something odd, the house almost burned down. So I'm gonna go check.
Yeah, you should probably check on that. I lost what track of chapter we're on. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, well, my note for this chapter was sparse, but I'm pretty sure we're on like 28. No, a little more. That's right. All right, we're on chapter 30, where apparently they jumped into a portal and jumped out in Midgard. But oops, Hearth was shot by the elf cops. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. The guards we joked about being sent. They're just the elf cops. Yeah, they're being dispatched.
No house being burnt down. Instead, it is the pleasant smell of cooking onions.
Oh,
Wouldn't you
okay.
know?
Wouldn't you know?
Wouldn't you
I
know?
was just about to talk about how they made their escape after the guards were sicked on them.
Oh yeah, I was almost. I thought we'd be on Heimdall by now.
Oh no, it just took me a second to find
Mm.
out
Oh
what
yeah.
chapter I was in the notes.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think I
Yeah.
already said that they explained, they did the whole religious
Yeah.
explanation, and then they, you know,
Yeah.
Amir comes to terms with who
Hmm.
boy magic and shit, and they have to go up the Bifrost, talk to Heimdall to get some info.
He has 9 moms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't
They're there.
worry about it. Heimdall has 9 moms. Don't worry
Heimdall
about
is
it.
kind of chill. I'm gonna be
He's
entirely
also
honest.
kind of an influencer.
He is.
Kind of makes him insufferable to me.
Honestly, I
Like,
kind of found him to be at least a little chill, but then again, I feel like it was just because he's such a reprieve compared to everything else that's been going on.
yeah, he is, but
I don't know,
he
it's
also,
refreshingly
yeah,
honest.
he is, but also definitely you can add him to the pile of, wow, some of these gods sure are fucking freaks, aren't they? Um,
It's like what Sam
yeah.
was saying, just like you see the gods and you
Mm.
don't see the divine.
Mm. Oh, also, I want to clarify. He is a influencer, but in a Rick did not know what the word influencer meant clearly, and maybe has a loose grasp on like
Social
the
media.
concept in social media in general. Because like Heimdall, it seems to be, he's very online. He's on his phone all the time. He makes vines and gifs, and vines. Gosh, fucking vines.
He literally does.
This is a little while ago. This is a little while ago. And he seems generally very social media savvy. Nowadays we'd call that like an influencer archetype, but then I think he's just, I think he's just very online back then. That's all you'd call it then. If this was made today, he would for sure have like 1 million followers on TikTok and Twitter, and you know,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
He'd totally be a TikToker.
yeah, for sure. But in this one, he just seems to be obsessed with just the viewing of social media and being very online, which makes sense considering he can see all, and if anything, probably being very online, staring at his phone actually feels like a break versus literally being able to see all.
It's like a focus.
Yeah. But it still takes actually a bit of effort to get him to like look away from his phone to actually look down at Midgard himself. And
And even
he,
then,
yeah,
he's just like, huh? What? Oh, yeah, that's just going on real quick. Oh,
yeah,
hey,
yeah. They're
phone.
doing some marriage preparations or something. And this is where Sam makes a vow, a solemn vow. She refuses to even pretend to marry Thrym.
Hmm. And then Heimdall is like, Coolio.
Mm. But of course, this
What?
I mean, because we know where it's going, because we know how the story goes. We're like, we've read the myth that this is behind. Mr. Alex shapeshifter is right here. We kind of, we assume we know
We
where
get
this
the
is
vibe.
going. But still,
So yeah,
also they remember they need to track down Goat Killer, and Utgard Loki offers his assistance.
but it's specifically, they're like, oh yeah, Utgard Loki is Goat Killer.
Yeah. Um.
Also, shout out
Okay.
Godzilla.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna like.
Hmm?
Oh, I want to like rapid fire this little arc. I think. Um.
All right,
Oh wait, no. Actually, before I rapid fire it, the group gets
the
separated at
Amir.
one point, and
Oh, okay.
they further discuss Alex's gender situation at this point. Earlier, Alex was actually there as like a male chaperone for
Sam.
Amir and Sam. But now
Yep.
she, her, now that they're on the quest again. Um and this is where she explains like, oh yeah, changing my gender is actually one part of my form that I cannot change at will. It seems to just kind of happen. And also, femme most days, some male days. Um and this is also where we get a little like hint to her backstory here, talking about how apparently Alex came from like a very rich background, seemingly either more so than Magnus, or potentially more like, Magnus, he had like a rich uncle, was kind of rich on the periphery, but him and his mom seemed to live kind of modestly.
Hmm.
But Alex seemed to be like
High up.
rich, like the whole line that I said earlier of like her family wanted a perfect male heir. she was not that. Um, and but also there seems to be the thing of Loki constantly making visits, did not let her family forget that he was her.
Real parent.
Yeah, I was like, I was gonna say father, but I was like, wait, no, that's actually in this chapter also revealed that Loki's not her father. Loki's her mother. Not surprised as you go read the myths. Loki's given birth many times, not just in Thor fan
Of
fiction.
course.
That is in Thor fan fiction. Loki's given birth many times.
Yes, listen, Loki, a part of his domain is change.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, there I have this note written down of like Magnus realizes at one point that Alex reminds him a bit of his mom, and that also he has a massive crush on her. And no, don't, no, please don't overanalyze him for that. No, please. He's been begging you, the reader, being like, no, 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 that no, I promise, it's not weird, I promise. Yes.
Magnus is a very unique person
Mm-hmm. Oh, because it was in chapter
who also doesn't
35.
think through what he says.
No. It's in chapter
What?
35 that they fast travel to Jotunheim and then get separated, by the way. Not earlier. I got that backwards.
Yeah.
This one I'll like gloss over a bit. Oh yeah, also
Oh yeah,
if we do make it clear
Blitz
before,
makes it
I
back.
think yeah, we did, they did revive Blitz back when when Dad got dragon sickness. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happened back then, don't worry. It's like a little like
Blitz is here, he's making
yeah.
it back to get favor with the giant.
Yeah, they're told to like move a bowling ball, and they need to like Blitz is like, let's make a mat, let's kind of finish let's enchant the bowling ball bag, do a thing. And because the bowling ball's for a giant, of course, it's the side of a mountain.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
said, "Let me enchant this with empty on the inside, just like Hearth."
Mm-hmm.
Only loosely paraphrasing that.
Yeah. Seeing here. Oh yeah. We get a bit of like a Magnus Alex interaction here, but there's not too
Yeah.
much to discuss about it.
Yeah, Alex is kind of cagey. Is like, hey
Mhm.
man, don't heal me because I don't want you going into my brain. And then Mags is like, I get it.
And they kind of oscillate from like getting dramatically closer and mistrusting each other.
Hmm.
Um,
It's kind of a neat little development you see going on because
uh-huh.
like you know where this is going, so like, all right, I see the seeds.
Uh-huh. But ooh, let's see here. So before their argument can get too out of hand, they're interrupted by Blitz. They go back to the bowling alley. Bowling alley run by Utgard Loki. Utgard Loki is goat killer. I didn't catch that. I have the note here because I didn't catch it earlier. And they say it casually in chapter 39.
Oh,
I went back and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I guess I forgot because I just glossed over that. And they're told to like do a competition or something so they can get
yeah.
information from him.
Basically, yeah. Sam kills Fear. Hearth says, nobody said what game I should play, so I picked pinball.
And then he's like
Blitz
really,
is
really
like,
good at
hey, you
pinball.
see that drunk one? Just shockingly, like,
Makeover.
God, like, they were all like, you know what? Oh yeah, Blitz as well was just like, yeah, that drunk one, giving him a makeover.
Yeah.
And then,
They're
like,
like,
all
that's
right,
pretty
yeah,
good.
these two are clearly skilled.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then it's a bowling competition with Alex and Magnus working together. And there's like a whole
I'm gonna be
illusion trick
honest, when
to
I
it that
was
makes it
reading
impossible
this,
until they
yeah,
figure it out.
yeah, real quick. When I was reading this, when they first introduced this competition of skill, I was like, okay, so they're totally gonna bowl, right? That's where this is heading.
Bowling ends
Then
up
I was
not being
actually
much of
kind of
it. Yeah.
surprised it was just two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guess they felt like there was probably maybe a draft where it was just bowling and they were like, this seems actually a little flat. Wouldn't it be more fun
yeah.
if it
Let's
was,
add a
yeah.
little more variety to
It'd be more
this.
fun if it was just Magnus and Alex, that they get closer rather than being a team thing.
Exactly.
Since it's more about like Alex and Magnus's relationship than it is the group dynamic in this one. The group dynamic got plenty of attention last time, and Riordan doesn't seem that
Yeah.
invested in specifically integrating Alex into the group so much as he does just her, you know, opening up at all whatsoever to any capacity.
So needless to say, he gets into her brain a little.
Yeah, yeah, literally at one point. Except he promises not to look, and he doesn't because he's a gentleman.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So we've also, oh yeah, this is also where they managed to win the bowling competition with a little bit of cheating, but it's okay. Cheating's regulation.
Yeah. As long as it's not against the rules, it's legal.
Yeah. There's no rule that you can't turn into an elephant and knock over all the pins in the entire bowling alley. There's no
Exactly.
rules that says
Perfectly
a dog
legal.
can't play basketball. Like, you know, that kind of tier.
I'm still thinking of this side note. I saw a stupid TikTok about Airbud where it's like, there's no rules that a dog can't play. All right, quick, somebody get me my dog. And then the next scene cuts to the guy driving with his dog in the passenger seat. Like, dude, you embarrassed me out there.
Fun. That's
So,
that's really fun.
so it was just kind of funny seeing that to me. Okay,
Mhm.
go on.
So yeah, they're granted their prize when they win, which is they get 5 minutes talk with Utgard Loki, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, but the other guys were kind of embarrassed by you, so they're probably gonna start hunting you for sport once you leave the office."
Yeah.
My
Ooh,
bad.
a little bit of characterization for Utgard Loki is like, listen, I kind of want to help y'all. I don't fuck with Loki's alliance with Therm, but the rest of the guys, they kind of are out for blood, so I kind of gotta play with them, you
Very much a
know?
double talker. He's
All
like, I
right,
don't
so,
want to start Ragnarok
execution.
personally, but
I got ladies' night I want to get to.
yeah, it's very inconvenient. So oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is where maybe the most important bit of information comes into play here.
That chapter 43's title is a play on for the Princess Bride. You keep saying that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Yeah. There's a lot of little fun references in this book, including a Cheers reference of all things. Yeah, sure the audience understood that one.
Yeah.
Sure
Oh, I
the
love the child
sure the
audience that definitely
13-year-olds
understands
definitely
that.
know what Cheers is. I barely know what Cheers is. Have you seen a single episode of Cheers?
Norm.
Norm's in it. Okay, so they've been under the impression this whole time that they got the sword and Thrym has the hammer, so they give the sword, they get the hammer, and that's it. And of course, they don't want to give the sword because the sword is what frees Loki, and Thrym wants it for reasons, so that's bad. But instead, what they found out here is that they're using the old Norse tradition. The hammer was already given to Thrym as part of the agreement. The bride price goes to the bride's father, Loki. So wait, no, did I skip ahead there a bit? My bad. I might have. I might have jumped the gun a bit. Anyway, this
I
this,
mean,
this is where they find out
he
Loki
was
wants the
setting
sword to
up
free
the plan.
himself. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, this is where I'm
I mean,
jumping the gun.
it's basically, yeah, we're basically just gonna tread that ground, and it's not like it changes much.
Yeah.
We could just go over it here.
Yeah. So the idea is that the hammer was the bride price basically. That was given to Thrym. The other bride price goes to
Yeah.
Loki because he's the father, so that's his compensation.
Yep.
And also, oh
It's
yeah,
their version of calories.
yeah. Oh shit, this is also where I realized. Okay, so my book that I got, I
Mhm.
might need to try and
Oh yeah.
replace it. It had a printing error. It had a very odd printing error around this time, where for some reason chapters 44, well, halfway through chapter 43, all the way to about halfway through chapter 47, it was missing, and instead of the book continuing normally, instead goes back like 4 chapters. So like one of the skeins basically was like duplicated, right? So it's got the wrong like little like paper sheaf ended up in
Mhm.
that section. So as a result, I had to find a digital copy of the book Thank you, archive.org. Thank you so much. In order to
Oh
actually
yeah.
read chapters 43 through 47 properly. They're just missing from my book. So I guess I don't know. It's kind of a shame. I bought it from like a local used bookstore. I'm now on the hunt for a replacement for my collection, and I'll probably just destroy the one that I have, since it's, you know, it'd be kind of
No,
shitty if I
keep it. It's a
resold it.
novelty.
Yeah, kind of, but it'd be shitty if I like. No, I'm definitely just gonna get rid of it. It would be shitty if I like, tried to resell it and it's like, hey, here's the it's, don't say anything about it being fucked up. I'll
Dumb
just yeah.
idea. Try selling it specifically as
Error.
misprint.
No,
No.
no, no. I'll
Yeah.
probably I'll just get rid of it. But at the very least, the dust jacket's good, so I'm probably gonna like cheap out and get one on thrift books that doesn't have the
Mhm.
dust jacket and just put this dust jacket on it. So yay.
Okay, okay.
Mm. But yeah, I use Internet Archive. Because of the format, because I'm just so I like reading with the actual physical book. If my notes here get shit, my bad. Um, but anyway, the idea is they want to free Loki, and that'll kickstart Ragnarok. And like you said, Utgard Loki doesn't want that to happen because like Ladies' Night is in a few days. That'll cut into his profits. Yeah,
Exactly.
no, it sounds really
But
inconvenient.
once, yeah. But if Ragnarok does happen, Magnus, I look forward to fighting you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um, so basically, he also has the recommendation of like, yeah, just kind of, try and see through the tricks. Try and, look for a way around the rules like you did with me. They will not actually think of a way to do this for a while, but they're getting there. They get there after a while, kind of, almost.
Yeah. Then they're like, "Wow, Ukar Loki, do you have any other advice for us?" Yeah,
No,
run.
yeah. So they run and they are literally Deus Ex Machina yanked out of danger by Lady
Sif.
Sif.
Oh, Sif, not Sif.
Sif.
Ah,
If the Marvel movies are to be believed, it's Sif. Um, Sif comes across as like kind of a rich socialite type. Somewhat neglected,
Alex immediate.
rich princess wife who doesn't know what money is and doesn't really like value lives she views as below her. This ends up like kind of not being true, as later on her and Alex hit it off a little bit. So you have a feeling that she must have something to her if that's the case. But like,
Yeah.
at first her first impression is bad. She gives them some little, well, she gives them like some little participation trophies, right? Well, she promises to give them little participation trophies if they help, which like entitle them to one free meal or like a half
Had a
off
free
meal.
food plate.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
some
like
it was
a
some
$5
dumb
one, I think.
a gift card.
Yeah,
She
but
says like give you gift cards
it's
if you do
basically
this. Yeah, yeah. But
continuing the running joke of gods giving them gift cards.
the most important thing though she does is actually give Hearth a bag of runes. The one is missing. The runes and themselves are already an incredibly valuable magical item, but she says if he manages to complete it, even better. And also he should like come back and talk to her if he manages that.
Yeah, and also they were scratched onto rowan wood, which is like her sacred thing,
Yeah,
and
very
the rune
powerful.
that is missing is fatherly love, which
Oh
is
god.
not, yeah, which is actually like not
Not
too
subtle,
far off
not
from the
subtle.
truth.
Well, I guess we know what's gonna happen in book 3. So
I hope it's he's Gollum.
yeah, yeah. So okay, so they go see Thor. He's kind of pissed. Also his hair's in pigtails, seemingly because he's assuming that he's gonna have to dress in drag again. He's like, God damn it, Thrym has the hammer again.
Not
Better go put the
again.
wedding dress on.
And they're like, listen, Thor,
Like maybe
this time
not.
Loki's orchestrating things, so you're
Yeah,
not going to get married. They're like, oh,
maybe
thank
not.
goodness.
Yeah, yeah. But they do get an immediate idea when they hear the story. They're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They all look at Alex and Alex grins and like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a thing.
We're gonna cheat our way through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also Thor's a bit of a transphobe in this. Like, I calls
Yeah.
calls Alex and argue a few
Argle.
times, and it's definitely like, oh, and if I was already if you and Halfborn said it, Thor definitely does not have the pass. Thor, you do not get to say that. Right? It's like when your grandpa says queer. It's like the just the tone, the way he says it. You're like, no, no, you can't say that. The way you said it, I don't like that.
It feels targeted, man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Mm-hmm. So they create like a plan, and of course, as per the rules, of like any heist, the plan is said out loud, therefore it can't happen that way. Did you see the newest
Yeah,
OSP episode?
I have
Yeah,
not,
yeah, that's
but I
the
take it it's about
it's about
planning
heists. Yeah, it's about
montages.
heists. It's about heists. And yeah, the rules of heists is always that like, yeah, if you explain the plan beforehand, then it won't happen according to plan. The idea is they go in,
Yeah,
Alex is the bride, wedding vows happen, she insists on seeing the hammer right then, as is her right. Hammer arrives, goats come marching in on chariot and gods, and here we are, just kind of stand by and attack. Big ol' red wedding, all the giants die. Yay! We get home without Loki
yay.
ever having even laid eyes on the sword.
Yep, that is the plan.
That's definitely gonna
It
happen, right? Because
will
they said
work.
it. Because they said it. That's how it works. I didn't just say the exact opposite happens. Um. Okay, so the group they get all dolled up. You know, Magnus has this little moment of seeing Alex in the wedding dress and is like, "Wowza!"
Wow, I'm feeling feelings. Alex says, "Stop staring like I'm gonna murder you, or I will murder you."
And then Alex looks at Magnus in his suit and is like, "You look like a 1980s. You you're going to a shotgun 1980s wedding. You look ridiculous." And she laughs out loud, and it's great.
And then Magnus is just like, "Oh damn, my self-esteem."
I gotta show you. Someone made a really good comic. On
Ooh.
um. Someone made a really good comic about this. It's so funny. If I can find it.
Sending it in the Discord or DM.
Well, let's see if I can even find it. Let me see if I can find it. It's so fucking funny. Where it just shows like, it just shows like like Alex first of all in a dress that, unlike most of the fan art, is actually like accurate to what it would be, which is a hijab friendly wedding dress. Even the
Oh,
way
okay,
that
okay.
the book describes it doesn't seem like that's what it is, but that's what it would be if Alex was.
Riordan knew.
Yeah, yeah, okay, Riordan, whatever. And then it shows Alex like laughing, like doing like a fucking laughing SpongeBob
Less
face
emote.
to like looking at Magnus. It's great. If I found it on like Pinterest or something. If I find it again, I'll share it and
All right.
track down the artist, hunt them down, because Pinterest is lousy with reposts, but the algorithm works, so
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, that's the thing with Pinterest. Pinterest fucking sucks because it's like lousy with reposts and piracy, but also AI, honestly. But like one, they're getting better about being able to filter out AI stuff. I try to be careful with algorithms so I don't see much AI in the first place. And also, you can always reverse image search anything you come across. Just try and do your best to like follow those guys elsewhere if you see them on Pinterest. But Pinterest is objectively, in my opinion, one of the best
Better.
places to discover people, right? Like
Mhm.
Tumblr's search feature is just so bad. It's so difficult to find people on Tumblr. It is so difficult. So yeah, they get dolled up and they roll into the wedding, and right into the bar from Cheers.
For reasons.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be entirely honest. I don't know why
Yonheim looks
Rick
like
did that.
Cheers, I guess. I don't know.
It kind of felt like Rick was just like, okay, I need a funny location. What can I do?
Mm.
What took place in
Cheers,
Boston? Cheers,
where everybody knows your name. That's the one thing I know about
where
Cheers.
everybody knows your name.
Also Adventure Time, Fiona and Cake. It's where everybody yeah, it's the whole thing. Ice King, the thing. You know the thing? You seen
The
that?
thing.
Yeah.
Fiona and Kate?
Yeah.
I actually have not.
So, Alex's shapeshifting is on the fritz here. She's very, very
Mm.
nervous from the wedding, freaking the fuck out quietly, and barely keeping it together.
Reasonable so.
But it's fine because Thrym is like really stupid, right? Like, it's actually
It's
explained
just
that this
like,
is like
hey,
Thrym's
why
like
did
great grandfather, Thrym son of Thrym son of Thrym.
Technically, you would expect he would be named like Thrimson or something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he's like really stupid. Just like, hey, why did she squawk?
yeah,
Because she is overcome with how good of a husband she's about to get.
his
Alright,
granddaddy
that's
saw an
fine.
undisguised Thor and was like, "That's probably what Freya looks like." Like not the brightest, not the brightest guy. His sister Thringa, who's clearly been scheming things this whole time, is once again clearly scheming, and she doesn't seem to care, and she just has her own agenda. So she's like, whatever, whatever, don't care. The bride's braying like a donkey, fine, whatever.
I have my own shit. This is
Yeah, yeah.
fine.
All seems well when they're like, well, yeah, we're moving we're going to the true wedding venue. Where is that? Oh, Loki's cavern. We can't have the wedding without the full bridal party here. So
The
yeah,
father needs to be here.
yeah. So there's a whole thing about Randolph, like searching through maps and doing some research for Loki, and then you find out this is basically why Loki kept him around, which is that he needed him to figure out how to get to the cavern from Jotunheim or within Jotunheim, and so once they did that, they couldn't possibly avoid Loki, and they didn't see it coming. Magnus was like
Mhm.
worried about something nebulous happening, but this is the nebulous thing. Loki had a plan for getting himself at the wedding the whole time. Make sure the wedding comes to him.
So yay, everything's going according to plan, right?
Yeah, no, no. So we meet Loki in
Yeah,
the pitiable flesh, and the way they describe him and his wife's Sigyn,
Sig-
Sigyn
yeah, Sigan.
is
Or at least that's what I said.
wait, let me see.
Sigyn.
Oop,
Sigyn.
crap. I accidentally backed out my notes.
Sigyn is pretty horrific. So like Loki, we already kind of knew what he looked like, and Magnus was like, yeah, it's a rough buddy. Sigyn, his wife, is described as being emaciated, leathery skin, eyes pure
Very
red,
gaunt.
dripping tears of blood constantly as she like tries and fails to just catch all the poison in like a little metal bowl going down to her husband's face, and then you know it's never big enough, so some always splashes on him. She keeps on catching it, emptying it out. When it empties it out, it splashes on his face, and she seems to hate being here also. Like, I mean, obviously yes, but like she seems to just be completely lost in her grief, but also seems to barely even stand Loki at this point, and that at one point she seems to intentionally slip her grip on her bowl just in time for Sam to not get identified, um helping them with their plan of passing Alex off as Sam, because
Yeah,
Alex is able to shapeshift as Sam.
yeah. Plus, Loki calls her stupid woman after that. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
damn, bro,
It's
not my
it's
Tom Hiddleston.
seems like not all is well in paradise, or rather the opposite of
Not
paradise.
all is well in hell.
Not all is well in hell. But yeah,
And like even later on, she just outright doesn't help catch the poison, just lets it drip onto him. But that's
yeah,
while he's in the process of being freed.
yeah. So the wedding happens mostly without a hitch. Alex manages to play her role very well. And they also manage to properly insist that Mjolnir be brought there. Loki at first is like, I know what the fuck you guys are trying to do. You're trying to get it over so you can steal it back. Nah, we're not doing that. Ignore them. And Thrigna, who
Drip.
just wants the hammer really bad, is like, no, 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 bring it, bring it, bring it, please, bring it. Loki's like, fine.
This is basically just one big Mexican standoff.
Yeah, yeah. Randolph starts cutting Loki free. Everything is incredibly tense, and then Alex fucking snaps. And then fight time. Pew 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 pew.
Oh yeah, Loki gets freed. They run away.
No,
Thor
no,
kicks
you no,
ass.
no, no. You way glossed over poor Uncle Randolph. You glossed over Uncle Randolph. First I glossed over him, now you glossed over him.
Oh yes, yes, yes. That's right. So you know how remember how we talked about the restrictions to pulling out Blood River the sword?
Yeah, you can't pull it in front of a woman, and oh no, there's like 3 named female characters here. Oops. Oops. So apparently, instead of just being like a little curse, Randolph is 1, beset by spirits, and 2, starts dissolving. He turns
A
blue,
classic.
and then like his arm starts dissolving, like he's turning into a fucking ring wraith. The Lord of the Rings
Oh, thank
references are
you,
strong with this
Tolkien.
one.
Oh, absolutely.
Um and yeah, it's pretty horrifying, but he's still like cutting away at the binds, and even manages it. Loki, this is where Loki does command word die to Sam and Alex. Alex manages to resist it. Sam does not for a bit. She almost dies.
Yeah.
Apparently it was only due to her sheer force of will that she did not just straight up die, but it was a close thing.
So
Now,
she was
yeah,
incapacitated.
yeah. Now all seems lost when the cavalry arrives, and once the cavalry arrives, it's like things are pretty
Underwhelming.
simple. Yeah, I mean, Loki was not trying to fight them today. He's like, haha, see
Yeah.
you later, suckers.
Yeah.
Leaves.
It's just
Um,
like 3 gods combined, like, okay, yeah, this
yeah,
battle's wrapped up.
yeah. Uh, it's cleaned up pretty quickly. Even the Valhalla guys are there. It's fun.
Yeah.
Mostly what's interesting is the aftermath, right? First off, Sam is all sorts of traumatized.
Oh, she is. She's
Yeah.
basically apologizing to anyone within earshot of her, of like, I could fix this. I didn't mean
She
to free
feels at fault.
Loki.
She feels at fault.
Mhm.
Um and yeah, all like the gods don't seem as concerned with recapturing Loki as they should be, and you find out, there's a couple reasons why. One, just because he's free doesn't mean automatically Ragnarok has already started. That's more of a consequence of something he does after he's freed, and even later on, they're like, well, who's to say this is, you know, the
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 time.
time he escapes? If you recapture him before he does this thing with the ship of nails, he sails it to Asgard, it's fine. And
Mhm.
of course, the other reason why they're really confident is because it's not up to them to fix it. It's up to you guys. It's up to you bitches. Magnus and the rest of you, you fix your own mess. And they're like,
Yeah, we're all
great.
chilling. Thor's going back from watching TV on his hammer.
Yeah.
Heimdall shooting a vine.
Um. But yeah, Loki, Sigyn, and Randolph, of course, all escape together. Randolph looking mostly dead. I'll be shocked if he's still alive next book. And Sigyn
He's
seeming kind of upset about. She does not seem happy about this turn of events.
no.
Curious to see what I feel. Curious to see what role she plays in the next book.
I'm very curious about her too. That's like one of the main things I'm wondering about.
Yeah. I'm curious to see that one.
Like, I'm wondering if it's gonna be more of a situation of she didn't feel like she had any other thing to do besides take the poison off Loki,
Yeah.
or if Loki had somehow compelled or convinced her to do that.
Yeah. So, for all that, they get their mission, of course, from Helgi. And Magnus goes to talk to first Alex and then Sam. His talk with Alex is nice, Sam seems kind of traumatized about this, but Alex is trying to work with her to figure out how she can get better at resisting Loki's commands. And Alex says that part of how he manages to do this, how he manages to resist, is just because, he kind of embraces Loki's power to some extent. And that he is
Hmm.
very receptive
You
to the
gotta
idea
embrace
of
that everything is
change.
changed.
Yeah, very much the
Exactly.
Korra arc, those early seasons. Gotta go with the flow a little bit. And Sam is not good at this. Alex is
Hmm.
almost unsure if Sam could even manage it, but still, she has to try.
Hmm.
But Alex is pretty nervous, being like, "Oh yeah, our survival depends on her being able to resist this." So
And like
yeah,
and she was like actually getting mad at her because Sam was just like, I can't do this.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
bitch, I can do it. You can too.
yeah. Also, this is where Magnus is able to clock Alex changing genders, going from he to she at a certain point,
Mhm.
within a few minutes, and it's like,
Conversation.
yeah, and
Yeah,
he literally like figures out the exact moment. It's very nice. It's very cute.
it is. It's cute.
Yay, Magnus, good future boyfriend. Yay.
Yay! But not yet.
Yeah. Instead just he has just a giant crush on her, giant massive crush on her. It's great. It's cute. So then Magnus goes to get coffee with Sam and finds out a rather bittersweet thing that I wasn't expecting, that she's planning on retiring once this whole quest is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, on the one hand, I get it. Of like, okay, a lot's going on. You kind of want to do your thing. But at the other hand, it's like, well, you were so invested in this. You love doing this.
Yeah. It's not like Percy and Annabeth, how they're like kind of semi-retired, but they're literally just gonna be back. Like, they're on a break more so. Their glory days might be over temporarily. They're on a break. But like, yeah, Sam, she just says like, yeah, I'm gonna go get married. I'm gonna go be a pilot. I'm done with the Valkyrie stuff after this. And it's bittersweet, of course, because like, Magnus and Alex and the others, they're just dead. They can't like leave the life. So she would be separating herself from them entirely to go live a calm,
Normal.
normal life that, like, if all goes well, she won't end up in Valhalla.
Yeah.
So it's
And
like,
even if
yeah.
she does end up back up in Valhalla, no promises she's back in their Valhalla age group.
Yeah, I guess even if she does die in combat somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea though is that, of course, like, it's bittersweet because on one hand, she deserves it. She deserves living her own life and enjoying her own, getting her own fulfillment, becoming a pilot, doing all those cool badass things. But it would mean that Magnus and the others might not ever see her again.
Yeah.
So,
So we will see how that shapes up.
yeah. Second book, obviously, a lot of room for more stuff to happen. And last chapter is, of course, the whole Percy will return and on Avengers Doomsday thing. He talks with Annabeth that's like, we have to go by sea, and she's like, I know exactly who to talk to. My boyfriend, Percy Jackson.
And the Olympians.
Yum. Also, Trials of Apollo is available in bookstores near you right now. So that's the book. Like a lot of second books with these, I think there's less to talk about thematically here. Some sprinklings of like of family, lots of discussions of family, of not just parents, but just like family in general, right? Like Randolph Magnus doing that whole like crying out to him when he sinks down about, because Randolph's whole motivation is he wants his family back, and Magnus being like, you are my family, we are still family,
We're
please.
still chases.
Yeah. And in discussion of Hart's horrible dad, Alex's family that shunned her. There's a lot.
This is Scottish chilling.
Yeah, lots of found family stuff going on here. And it's all like pretty good. Again, the issue with a lot of these Riordan books is that, like, never manages to quite hit the thematic highs of the first book. But sometimes it's hard to know how much of that is just because the first book is open-ended enough where you can kind of read some stuff into it. Where by this point, you start to realize it's like, oh, we're still going to kind of go with the most basic answers possible. Yeah.
The story must go as it seems it's going.
Yeah. But as far as just like this book's value goes, I think this has a lot of value as, like, introducing a lot of kids to the concept of gender fluid people in a way that makes sense, in a way that doesn't turn it into just some fantasy thing. It's not like it's not like, oh, Morph is a shapeshifter and they're just weird or whatever. It's like, it's very explicit. The term trans and gender fluid are used explicitly. It is grounded in some kind of reality. There is a metaphor given to it to allow kids to relate to it. It's all done really, really well. So, like, as far as all that is concerned, it's really very good. There is, of course, again, just the unfortunate thing of, like, yeah, Riordan books are just, they're not reinventing the wheel as far as, no, that has a different connotation. They're not
striving to be
striving for
innovative.
greatness, exactly. Yeah, they're not exactly, I don't know. Nothing too much to sink into. but they're fine. They continue to be fine enough children's books. Sometimes quite good with quite good little nuggets in there. Um, that at least managed to be a better horse to back than maybe some of its contemporaries for a couple reasons. And I'm continuing to enjoy
Yeah.
him. Honestly, I'm glad we're reading this one in particular. I'm really getting a lot of the affection for Alex. I'm understanding.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I definitely get it.
yeah. It's a cute one for sure. And I think that's about
I
all we have to say
really
about it for
like.
now.
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah,
Again, not gonna say I loved it, not blown away by it, but I liked it.
yeah. I think I found the first one a little stronger, but again, I appreciate what Rick is doing representation wise here quite a lot, and yeah, I think Alex deserves a lot of the love she gets as far as in the community goes. Um, Happy to see it. So yeah, as even though the ending feels a little abrupt here, um, yeah, there's not really much in my themes barrel to dig through here. I gave up on the themes barrel a little while ago. I'm not gonna lie, but like here for sure, it's like yeah, there's nothing really for me to pull at here.
Bite
Um,
into. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see in book 3 once more stuff comes like full circle. Gosh, I'm so fucking congested. If you can hear it, you can tell how I sound different. There's not much here to pull at. Maybe by book 3, once everything comes full circle, we'll have more to discuss on that like area of things. I suspect more will be done with Loki, even if it might not be quite what I'd like. But guess I just gotta get back to my fan fiction writing. Gotta do it myself. Whatever. Um, I figure we'll have more to talk about there. And I figure that probably with my sweet baby boy Apollo being back for our next stream, that I'll have plenty to say on him. Because that's the next one. Dark Prophecy is the next one.
Ooh,
I already pulled
fun.
out the book. Like
That's
the last
right. I
one,
see
it's not so
it.
long. I already pulled out the book, so I have it ready. This one is. Let me see the chapter count here. Oh, this one's dedicated to Ursula K. Le Guin. You're probably not
Oops.
familiar with that author, huh? So she wrote the
Nope.
Earthsea Chronicles, who you might know for the bad Ghibli adaptation. But her
Oh,
her other novels, oh my god, what are the other ones? She has a novel. She has a she's arguably the inventor of the magic school. I'm not sure if she would claim that, and I'm not actually sure if that's 100%
Mhm.
accurate, but I've heard people say something to that effect. Um One of her book series is like very clearly a heavy inspiration for Harry Potter, even though J.K. Rowling will deny it quite a lot. People have pointed out a lot of similarities. Um she actually has quite a lot of hatred for Rowling, by the way. Or she had.
Face.
Mostly at that point, mostly just because she viewed Rowling as being a bad and or middling writer a hack who did not respect her forebears. And who did not, and she was quite insulted that Rowling like clearly took a lot of inspiration from her books and refused to credit her,
Ah.
instead pretending as if all of it was just from her head. Um So, but a lot of her books, from what I understand, are very, very worth reading if you are a fan of fantasy. I very much would like to read them one of these days. I don't know if it's going to be in the context of this book club, but I've been meaning to just pick them up myself at some point. So, I might have to do a little bit of research just to see if I can catch any references in this book, because there were a lot of Lord of the Rings references in this one. Like, a lot, a lot, a lot. And those are fun to point out. So maybe I should do some research before heading into this one. But I'm going to try and get a big chunk of it done like immediately. It's my goal.
Okay.
And so yeah. But yeah, let's call it for now. How about do our funny little outro.
Well then, lurkers, chatters, here for a little, here for a while. I thank you all the same. This is Luck. Powering off. And remember, everyone, lucky days.
And 3, 2, 1. Good
Good
night.
night.